What?
I had to do that because DJ's not doing that.
Yeah.
I had to steal his line.
We are live.
It's Monday, October 24th, 2016, in case you guys didn't know.
Hey, Cutie Pie. Welcome.
Welcome, everyone. Just a reminder, because I forget to do this every time, we are streaming to both Africa TV and to YouTube. So if you see us talking about something and someone in chat that you guys don't see, might be responding to someone on YouTube or on Africa.
Yeah.
We just don't know. We're crazy like that.
Yeah.
So DJ should be joining us in just a few moments. He just pulled up.
He's just got here.
But we decided we didn't want to wait. So, just started
Show
without
must
him.
go on.
He'll
be jumping in any minute now.
Tonight we've got a new layout. You guys can see.
We're trying out some new stuff.
Yeah, you can see the list of topics that we're going to be talking about across the bottom.
A lot happened this week.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff this week.
Yeah, today's kind of like there were so many teasers that were dropped, so many reveals, so many announcements.
And there's got to be more this weekend. It's crazy, because this weekend is Stan Lee's LA Comic-Con.
Oh, it is the one and only DJ Rivers. Yeah!
Nice.
How you doing?
Welcome.
Get some skinship there too. Yeah.
So, from what I understand, DJ is late because he was trying to outrun Negan.
That is so true, and I get that reference, and I don't even watch the show. That's the best part. It did its job, where a knucklehead like me can even get it. What's up, guys? Sorry for being
good. You want a drink?
I would
some water or a cider?
I would.
There's a cider.
May I raid your refrigerator?
Raid the fridge.
I'm going to raid the fridge, and I'll be right back.
All right.
And I'm going to grab a pork rind.
So, while he's raiding the fridge, I'm just going to kind of run down what we're talking about, even though you can see it down at the bottom there. Mm-hmm. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Deadpool 2. So, we got a little bit of news about some behind-the-scenes stuff there. Lando Calrissian got cast for the Han Solo spinoff.
Yep.
Red Dead Redemption 2 got announced.
Yep.
Civilization 6 and Battlefield 1 came out.
Yep, those pretty big games. People are happy about those.
And who's the developer on those?
Battlefield 1, that is DICE. Civ 6 is
2K, right?
2K?
Yeah, 2K.
Yeah, I should know better. I
2K.
don't remember right now.
And like teasers, we're gonna talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 teaser.
Dude, there's so many teasers that dropped. We'll definitely be
Logan
going all of those.
Logan looks really good.
The Nintendo Switch got announced.
Switch. It's no longer the NX. We know the real name for it now. It's Switch.
What else? DJ started watching Game of Thrones.
This is true.
After
Finally.
7 years, 6 years, whatever it is.
How'd you turn that good news into a freaking...
No, that's a good news.
That is good news.
That's one of our main topics today.
No, I'm dead serious. I'm really happy that I finally did.
And then...
I'm happy you did. I'm happy that you're happy you did. Because I feel like there's some people that are like, oh, I just can't get into it. I've watched it first. And
and then there's other people that are just like, well, no, there's too many people watching it, and so many people are talking about it. I'm not even going to start watching
it. Once people stop talking about it,
it's like it's become a thing.
So, it's too popular, I can't join?
I guess. I mean,
I don't get that.
I kind of get that, though, because just overhype. Because that happened to me with Titanic.
Dang hipsters.
I have never seen Titanic. Still. Came out in 1997.
I was waiting for you to crack the joke.
And it's
you're holding strong to that principle.
It changed from a thing where
like a 40-year-old virgin kind of strength there.
Well, so I wasn't dating anyone when it came out in the movie theater.
I don't know.
So
well, dude, were you dating anybody when it came out?
When did it come out?
97.
Exactly?
Okay, I know.
No. I was still in I was like in 8th grade or something.
No, you weren't, because I was in high school and you're my age, so I definitely wasn't dating anyone. But every single girl that I knew saw that movie,
right?
So therefore, I saw that movie.
See, for me, it became a thing where it's like, okay, I'm not going to go with all my friends to see Titanic.
Okay,
did you see it by yourself, or did you see it with friends or with your parents?
I think friends.
Right? Like, were they all guys, or were there girls mixed in there too?
There's a couple mixed in there.
See, for me, I didn't have that available to me.
Sure.
So for me, I just never went to see it in the movie theater, and then I never saw it once it came out on video or TV, just because I was like, lost interest in it. And now that it's been so long,
They play it a lot.
they do. But now it's a thing that I just don't, because I've survived 20 years without seeing it. I kind of
why bother? Yeah,
I kind of want to
going.
see how long I can go without watching it until I'm like 90 years
Until
old.
you're
without-
dead.
Yeah, and when I'm like
On your
90,
deathbed, you're like, finally.
Yeah,
and then
I'll
you're
sit
like,
there, I just
a
got-
tear comes out, you're like, that was a good movie.
now I can die peacefully. I've seen Titanic.
Oh, God.
I want to make that the last thing that I do.
You know what I'm imagining? I'm imagining Josh in his hospital bed. I don't want to say deathbed. That sounds so sad. We need to up the conversation in a second. But no, I just imagine Celine Dion, like, as he passes, like, okay, now I'm good. You're here. There's nothing. Oh.
That's what I want.
Hey,
And
what's
then-
up, foreplay? Welcome.
And then I want to be stuffed and plasticized like the bodies exhibit. But
Thank
I
you.
want like my skin still on me. I want to be turned into a robot, just pointing at people as they walk by my tombstone. And I want a voice box that yells, "Get off my lawn!"
How do we
That would
talk
be funny. It's like you're on your deathbed, which
Right.
isn't funny, but and you finally watch it, and
This
you're like,
sucks.
"Dang, that would have helped me on my past 5 movies if I knew some of those like tips and stuff." You're like, "Dang it, that would have inspired me."
Anyways, I did start watching Game of Thrones to answer your question.
Yeah.
Back.
Okay,
Back to the
back
original.
on track.
And then-
introductions, real quick.
Wait, Pork Rind.
DJ,
I'm DJ.
Brian,
I'm Brian B. Genso.
I'm Josh,
He's Josh.
and we are Channel 42. Wild Stallions. Anyone?
Yeah.
Oh, and this is my beard.
And this is Josh's beard.
I mean,
which
my
is-
beard is becoming a thing. Like, it's almost becoming its own entity now.
It might compete with Trump's hair now.
It's a fine
Maybe,
beard.
maybe.
It's a fine beard.
It doesn't compete with JD's yet though.
Oh, that's a different type of comparison.
Yeah.
That's like metal.
For
That's
those of you
an
guys
epic
who
beard.
don't follow that hashtag show, you should go and check out. I think he was on your last Ranger wrap up, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So if you go to that hashtag show on YouTube, look up Ranger wrap up and look up the most recent one, you'll be able to see JD. His beard is like, I mean, it's like a dwarf beard.
Well, he has a couple things going for him. He
the
has the
Padawan
Padawan braid
Yeah.
because JD has
he
long
does
hair
have the Padawan braid
and
right.
a long beard. But we're talking about like Sons of Anarchy beard. We're talking
Yeah,
about
like a
Game
biker.
of Thrones beard,
Like, yeah.
or
Viking.
or yeah, a dwarf from like the Hobbit type of beard. You know what I mean? Yeah,
It's pretty epic.
yeah. So
So
I'm almost there. I've got about 4 months before mine
I
gets
feel like
up.
you have a good mad scientist beard.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah,
I like it. It's looking
Getting
good.
there.
yeah. I got my Luke Cage goatee going on.
Yeah, it's
Always looks good.
it fits. Can we get a sweet Christmas?
What?
Can we get a sweet Christmas?
Sweet Christmas. Yeah. Pork rind.
That took me a second. Sweet.
All right, so
It's like what's so sweet about Christmas?
do we want to jump in?
Yeah, let's jump into some of the trending topics.
So first up, we are going to be talking about
Just real quick, Tim Miller, the director who did Deadpool.
He did
which
the first
everyone
one,
loves.
right?
He did
Yeah,
the first
yeah, he did the
Deadpool,
first one,
and
yeah.
he was a big part of
Yeah.
making it
Yeah.
what it was. It was announced that he's leaving. He won't be a part of Deadpool
Right.
2.
Over creative differences with
right.
Ryan
So
Reynolds.
the story that came out is that they were trying to figure out what they wanted to do with the next movie, and Ryan Reynolds, who is also an executive producer on the film,
Right.
And Tim Miller, who was the director, could not come to an agreement
Oh, yeah, I
over
got a picture for that.
what they wanted.
That's great.
So he left. So the question is,
Well, but really quick, as far as the differences, I heard that Tim Miller wanted to be a little bit more stylized, and Ryan Reynolds wanted to maintain the breaking of the fourth wall integrity of the first movie that made it such a success.
Yeah.
But also, Tim Miller, I guess, is credited for leaking the footage that got it greenlit.
oh really?
That's
That I
what
didn't
what
know.
a lot of people were saying. That Tim Miller, for those of you who don't know, there was actually a leaked teaser footage that hit when it hit
Well,
the internet.
it was test footage.
Test,
So-
yes, correct. Right, I apologize.
Yeah,
right,
it
it was
was-
test footage, and a lot of that footage did end up making the movie too.
Yeah.
And that's
It did.
Well, it was like that opening scene. The footage,
Exactly.
the footage,
Pretty much
the
was.
footage that got leaked was a completely animated version of that opening scene from the movie where Deadpool is fighting the guys in the SUV. Francis, where he's looking for Francis.
PewDiePie, you didn't watch Deadpool.
Deadpool is
Highly
so
recommend
good.
watching it. It is
So good.
fun. It's just that's it.
It's one of the best R-rated superhero movies of like ever.
Absolutely. I heard one of the other things was the whole Kyle Chandler being Cable thing.
Yeah, I heard that too.
That Ryan Reynolds wasn't really on board with Kyle Chandler being Cable. I'm Team Stephen Lang myself. I think he's perfect for it.
I've heard Ron Perlman
Ron Perlman, I think he's good.
I feel like he's older.
He's a little bit too old now. I mean, Stephen Lang is kind of old too.
Mm-hmm.
He's in his like early to mid 60s.
That's a different type.
But Ron Perlman is like I think he's pushing 80 now.
Oh, no kidding.
I think
really?
so. But he might be a little bit younger than
I
that.
didn't
But
know
he's up there.
I would almost go on Orthodox. And by the way, Ryan Reynolds as
Keira Knightley.
You were close. What?
It's one of the names that he threw out at the end of the movie.
No shit, you're right, you're absolutely right. But as an executive producer, Ryan Reynolds does have actually the last say as far as casting as well. So that's part of the reason why they did part ways. I would go actually way outside the box just because I think he's never going to be like Dwayne Johnson, but I wouldn't mind seeing like John Cena as Cable just because of the flat top and he is a huge beast.
Yeah,
I would not mind.
Is he a good actor though?
He's not.
I haven't seen anything that he's been in.
Okay, I'll tell you what. He's define good.
Okay, well here let me.
I feel like he can get away with it in a Deadpool movie.
Okay, let me. Yeah, for example, when The Rock first became a thing in movies,
sure,
I was like, nah, he's a fucking wrestler. Why do I want to watch him in a movie?
Yeah.
And then as he progressed,
actor,
now it's like, okay, I don't know that he's a good actor.
I think he's a good actor,
but I think he's entertaining.
But The Rock has always been entertaining.
He's electrifying.
He's the most electrifying man in the show business. What's my name? It doesn't matter what my name is. But The Rock, I feel like, can't hold a scene.
He's got charisma.
Like he has charisma, but he's always had that.
He has stage presence.
As a wrestler, he's always had that. I feel like as a film actor, I feel like he is strong.
Well,
I feel like
the best movie that I've seen him in where I was like, okay, this guy can actually act.
Gridiron Gang?
No, Pain and Gain. Believe it or
interesting.
Because I'm not a Michael Bay fan at all.
Oh yeah, because he was such a different character.
Yeah, but watching that movie, I was like,
he was like a sensation.
Wow, The Rock isn't playing The Rock.
Yeah.
This is the way I see it. The way, and I mean to get like too off topic as far as bringing up John Cena. The Rock, if I didn't know he was a wrestler, does carry his thing.
Yeah. He's a good action star.
He is good. Like to me, I mean, you could even argue that like somebody like Channing Tatum, who is specifically an actor, yes, a model in the past,
right,
but he's not a great actor,
right?
But he does his job.
If you look at movies like, what was the last one that The Rock was in with Kevin Hart?
Central Intelligence.
Yeah, Central Intelligence. Like if you watch that, like that's like the 21 Jump Street type thing with Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. It's you've got this action star type guy who maybe isn't the best actor out there, but could hold down a scene. And Kevin Hart, who's just really funny.
I would say, in comparison, though, The Rock has done a lot more. I mean, I feel like he's done stronger work than somebody like Channing Tatum. Like, if you ever seen Gridiron Gang, he's really good in that. The Game Plan, The Rock in The Game Plan, where he had a daughter, he was really good in that. And obviously, Fast and Furious and G.I. Joe. They're action popcorn flicks, but he's a strong presence.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He like I say, he's a good action star.
So, anyways, as far as John Cena, I feel like he has that look, and I think it would almost work for this type of movie just because it doesn't take itself that serious. And is John Cena Dwayne Johnson? No, but I feel like it would work though.
What do you guys think about Ryan Reynolds possibly taking on his directorial debut? Taking over this.
I don't know.
I mean, like he is very. It's obvious how passionate that he is about this. And
I don't think he's directed anything before though. So, that doesn't necessarily mean that he wouldn't do a good job of it. But I'm
kind of with you actually.
Yeah, I'm borderline. Like I would like to see what he could do with it, but at the same time, I'd worry that it wouldn't do as well.
I feel like if he took on the helms to direct it, there's a chance that it would be good. Because otherwise, he would choose a director. I feel like he cares about it so much that he's going to pick the best talent.
I could see him
for all the roles. And if they really can't find a director to be on board with their vision, and he feels like I'm the only option, then
I wouldn't mind seeing him co-direct with someone else.
I'm kind of with Josh because mainly, first of all, most directors that you would, like for instance, Christopher Nolan, he's done a lot before he took on Batman,
right?
And then that's when he started becoming that household name. Like, holy crap, like he could do no wrong. I don't necessarily think I'd be a fan of the circumstances as far as if this became his directorial debut, because it's like, oh, you guys have a falling out, and it's like, oh, here's my time to do, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't mind Ryan Reynolds as a director. I'm not necessarily sold in terms of the circumstance. Like, okay, now that he's gone, I guess I could do it myself. Yeah. Especially since it's it was such a collaborative reason why it was so successful in the first place. Like Tim, like it or not, Tim Miller did a great job with the first one.
Oh, absolutely. With that being said, who do you think you would like to see directing it?
I know what people have been rumoring and been wanting for. They've been chanting a lot for Quentin Tarantino. I've been seeing that on the internet.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely not. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, that would be a really interesting. I would rather see Quentin Tarantino do like a Justice League Dark though.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Because I don't think Quentin Tarantino is good. He's a good director, but I don't think Deadpool fits his style.
I don't think Deadpool fits him either. There's not enough dialogue.
Yeah, I don't know if Deadpool
really fits. Goofy. Like it's super super goofy. Like I mean, Quentin Tarantino can do goofy. Like
and he does.
4 Rooms, the movie that came out like 20 years ago.
I mean, hell, even the whole
with comedy with Tim Roth was really good, and he directed one of the scenes in it, and it was fun. It was really fun.
I've never seen it, but I know. But obviously, Quentin Tarantino's not afraid to go over the top. Even like the crazy 88 scene from Kill Bill. Yeah. That was completely exaggerated. Well, Kill Bill alone was very exaggerated.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But a different kind of exaggerated.
John?
Yes, Cutie Pie. Pork Rinds. Hi, John SF.
We got a lot of topics. Should we move on?
Yeah,
that's the next one.
Let's move on to Donald Glover, right?
But before Donald Glover, like, does anyone even fit the stylists of Deadpool? I feel like
Tim Gunn,
really quick.
Or not Tim Gunn, James Gunn.
Oh, for Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't think they'd be able to get James Gunn because of his commitments with Marvel.
That would never happen.
But I think he would be a really good choice.
That sense of humor, that wittiness.
I think Jon Favreau would be another one that would be a really good choice.
Interesting. Oh. Who directed 21 Jump Street?
I don't remember.
Good question. Them.
But yeah. Phil Lord and the guy that he works with all the time. The guys that did the Lego movie.
Oh, really? Well, all right. Just asking. So moving on. Where we at?
All right. What else?
Donald Glover, Childish Gambino.
Donald Glover.
Lando Calrissian.
He is Mr. Two. He is cooler than the other side of the pillow. Lando Calrissian.
Do you think we're gonna see?
Oh, zombie pop tart? Did you get it?
What happened?
DJ, you don't know. I don't think you don't know unless you check the site. We have a zombie hunter event going on Africa TV.
No.
So on everyone's broadcasts and live streams, a zombie will randomly pop up of a zombified Artie. And then viewers can actually click it and it'll pop.
Oh, that's awesome.
And when you collect 30 of them, you can put it in the grinder and get a prize from,
really cool.
webcams to mics to whatever.
I must see this later.
So yeah, if you see a zombie on like any of our heads, please screenshot it. That'd be so cool.
Oh, that'd be great.
Hey, what's up, waifu? Not your waifu.
All right, so
she's so awesome.
I'm gonna ask, what's a waifu?
Waifu, that's Japanese / anime
slang
for wife.
For wifey.
Oh,
wifey.
Okay.
It's actually in the name, waifu, but spelled with AI.
Like, can I have cheeseburgers? It's like, can I have waifu?
I
like one waifu, please. I like one. Oh, I mixed a Hawaiian in there, and I like one waifu, please.
Does it work that way?
You could just ask for them.
We could customize orders.
He's like, I've heard there are mail order brides.
He's like, yeah, check out my order. Actually, I got the number 2.
I've had a bad experience with it, but
you know who we could check with? Donald Trump. Ooh, I bet he knows.
I see what you did there. But no, Childish Gambino is our Lando Calrissian, and the other person who was really up for the big name that was also up for the role was
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan, thank you very much.
And in case you don't know what we're talking about, this year the Star Wars film coming out is called Rogue One.
Yep.
They're also having a young Han Solo film that will be coming out.
I think that one's coming out in 3 years.
3
God.
Because
this year's Rogue One. Next year is Episode 8.
Episode 8.
And then the year after that, I think it's Han Solo. And then
which is
9.
what Childish Gambino, Donald Glover will be playing.
I think
Lando as.
I think he's a much better choice than Michael B. Jordan. Like, I like Michael B. Jordan. I think he's a great actor, but I think Donald Glover fits the part a little bit better.
He feels right.
Yeah, he has the look a little bit more.
I will say this. I feel like Childish Gambino you know what? Maybe I might get some crap for this, but I feel like Childish Gambino. Okay, I'm sorry, Donald Glover. I should call him Donald Glover. Childish Gambino. Who's he talking about?
The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock. Yeah, exactly right. That's an impressive thing when you're known as both. And he has success. But I feel like he is a fan service choice, though. I do feel like he is a fan service choice. Because I actually feel like Michael B. Jordan he's a charming, good-looking, suave type of debonair type of guy.
Absolutely.
So he absolutely would fit a young Lando Calrissian.
The thing that I find interesting about Donald Glover, though, is that he's kind of shied away from doing like the big budget blockbuster type movies.
Exactly, he's been vocal about it.
Yeah, because he had a bad experience with Community.
What was that, by the way?
Well, he just wasn't happy with
success.
And how it was affecting his career, I guess.
Oh wow!
Because to everyone, he was Troy. Like that's what people knew him as.
Sure.
Daniel B. Jordan. I was just
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B.
Michael B. Jordan.
He was the Human Torch in the Fantastic Four movie.
He was also Creed in the recent Creed installment for the Rocky Balboa.
Chronicle.
He was in Chronicle.
He was basically Johnny Storm in Chronicle 2.
He's going to be in the upcoming Black Panther 2. Black Panther movie. Sorry, Black Panther.
We don't know who he is yet, though, right?
He's going to be the bad guy. I forget the name.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
I forget who he's playing, but he's going to be like the main antagonist.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which I think is awesome.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I don't think I've seen him play a bad guy.
He's got some muscles.
I will say this. Michael B. Jordan does look like he could be Carl Weathers' kid.
Oh, absolutely.
He looks like he could be Creed.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing.
Look at this guy.
Here's the thing. He's never been out of shape, but he got jacked for Creed.
Yeah, right. Look at this.
That's like, Ryan Reynolds did the same thing for, it started with, like, Blade 3. He got like super fucking ripped.
But he's always been. You're right.
He's like Michael B. Jordan. He's always been in shape. But,
you're right.
He got super ripped for that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm just excited for the fact that this movie is actually happening.
Yeah,
a young Han Solo.
Do you think
a young Lando Calrissian?
Do you think we might see like a young Princess Leia? Or a younger Yoda in any of these movies?
Well, it depends on how much they want to really try to connect everything. And it does seem like these spin-off movies, like for instance, Rogue One.
Leia and them, they didn't meet till New Hope, so
sure. But even like Episode 3 with Revenge of the Sith, we did get to see a younger Chewbacca that still looked like a grown ass Chewbacca. Yeah, that Chewbacca has never been young.
Well, actually, that's one of my biggest problems with the prequel trilogy.
I didn't like that. Is
that they set up Chewbacca? Okay, so Chewbacca was here. He was in the Clone Wars. He knows that Jedis are a thing, and he's been traveling around with Han Solo now. And Han Solo in Episode 4 is like,
a non-believer.
Yeah, he's like, Jedis are just a myth, and the Force isn't really a thing. But he hangs out with Chewbacca, who was in the fucking war.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. I mean, you could always argue. I totally 100% agree with you.
I never thought about that. Like, why didn't Chewbacca share some old?
I'm sure he did.
Like, dude, I fought along like Yoda.
No, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. And the other thing is like, there's that argument where it's just like, yeah, that might be your best friend, but it's like Brian going up to me like, yo, dude, really? I had sex with Beyonce. Like, yeah, sure you did, buddy. Yeah, sure you did, buddy. Like, no, seriously, I was in there. Like, no, okay, yeah, I was in there too. We were all in Beyonce.
It's either that or
where's my phone?
We dated. We were almost married. I almost married the bitch too.
My only theory is that the Empire's tried to like squash like any kind of mention of the Jedi and like try and eliminate them from history.
Yeah.
So now it's looked on as like like people who are like, oh, aliens are real. My uncle worked at Area 51, or we never really landed on the moon, type of thing. So Han could have just been looking at Chewbacca saying, yeah, there's really Jedi are thing. Be like, yeah, okay, sure.
Oh, another interesting thing is like we did establish that Chewbacca and Yoda have a relationship.
Yeah.
That they are close. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, they also like Chewbacca's honorable, so maybe in a weird way, it was the way he was honoring the Jedi by trying to protect their secret, like just in case. Because actually, that makes a lot of sense.
That makes sense.
Because now they
had to go out in hiding because Vader and everyone else was trying to kill everyone.
And not to mention, he was there instrumentally when Yoda did take off from Kashyyyk.
Right.
So in his mind, he's just like, you know what, your secret's gonna be safe with me. If you're alive out there, there's no point in me bringing it up because that's the way I'm gonna protect you.
Right.
Well, I felt a lot better.
That is a really good theory. My whole thing is just that
But you make sense too. Yes.
It was Episode 4 was 20 years after Episode 3, and so in those 20 years, there had to be a lot of people around that still remembered Jedi.
Yeah.
So it's just weird to me that people were like, nah, that's not real. It's like someone could have been 30 and was 10 years old when all this happened. It's like, no, I know that Jedis are real.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the prequels actually left a lot of questions. Let's be honest. So Painted Lady wants to know if we were for Childish Gambino for Lando or not. Brian?
I'm for.
Definitely for. Definitely for.
2, 3 people definitely for.
6 thumbs up.
I love all the thumbs up. Yeah, I love his casting as Lando Calrissian.
All of the thumbs.
All the thumbs in the world up. And toe thumbs and all that. Yeah. Oh, she's not into it? She's not into it.
Nice. I'm into it as well.
Oh, I am into it as well. Cool. Yeah.
Definitely a good choice. So let's move on to Red Dead Redemption.
So one of the many trailers that dropped.
I've never played the first
this past week was Red Dead Redemption. I
played a little bit of the first one.
2.
I'm gonna get some water.
That was a big deal. Go for it. Yeah. This was interesting because they dropped a teaser starting Sunday last week.
Yeah.
Where Rockstar they just changed their profile image on their social media to
a
red background.
Like a red background, right?
Everyone immediately was like, "Oh, it has to be." Wait, what? Red Dead Redemption?
Right, yeah.
And then the next day, they updated their cover photo to a silhouette of cowboys, and everyone's like, "Oh, it has to be Red Dead Redemption! It is Red Dead Redemption!"
Wait, can you do that again, please?
Oh, it has to be! And then before
like the Kermit the Frog flail,
and then before anyone could flail for very long, boom! They dropped the teaser on us, and we're like, "Yes!" And I was like, "Thank you, Rockstar, for just like giving it to us all at once."
Yeah, not like dragging.
Instead of like, "Hey, we're making a new Red Dead Redemption game. Here's the picture. We're not going to talk about it for another year."
That's the way they sound, by the way, just in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
Hey guys, go fuck yourselves.
We're Rockstar.
We're not to the money.
Is that your game
They're
developer
not even
voice?
in the States.
Or is that just your Rockstar voice? Is that what all game developers sound like?
Yes.
That's just my I'm telling you how it is voice.
Oh God.
I don't know where it comes from, but sometimes now it's turning into my North Carolina roots.
I was gonna say Mississippi.
Yeah, that's some southern shit right
That's
there.
where my father's side of family's from.
Southern shit. That's that southern shit, you boy. Yeah, boy. What's enough of that fucking wisecracker shit.
So I actually got the trailer up for you. Have you seen the trailer?
I'm not.
Have you?
I've seen most part of it.
All right.
Maybe all of it.
That's close enough to be no. Come on.
Well, let's check it out. For those who don't, real quick again, why this even matters? Because
what's so great about Red Redemption?
it's the people who made Grand Theft Auto.
I love Grand Theft Auto.
That's why.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
So Rockstar.
Yeah, it's Rockstar. It is a legit Rockstar game. It isn't like a half Rockstar stepchild. It is a full Rockstar baby.
Has there ever been a half Rockstar stepchild?
Yes. That one game that was.
That one.
LA Noire. Was actually developed by a studio not 100% Rockstar. And it was kind of like they used some of their tech and.
Was it just like published by Rockstar but not made by Rockstar?
Yeah, it was published by them.
Or no, no. Rockstar is under Take-Two, right? Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I apologize. So what's so great about Red?
So what it is GTA, but in the Western world. And the first time around,
it's everyone almost like a Jonah Hex. Type thing, right?
Everyone really enjoyed the first one because
was there online play like Grand Theft Auto?
There was online play, but Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out after, of course, it added more to it.
I love Grand Theft Auto.
And then they added a great thing, a DLC of turning the entire world into a zombie apocalypse land.
Oh, I remember that.
Which just changed everything. And people were like, "Wow, it was a refreshing, uplift to the game."
That was a pretty big deal at the time.
So everyone who had a chance to play it really loved it, and they're looking forward to it. So
how's the story?
The story is...
So was it really... Okay, so really quick. So is it really like Grand Theft Auto in the sense that you get missions and there's like a main storyline, but there's also like free roaming elements? And...
Yes.
So it's an open sandbox game.
It is open sandbox, but all in the Western world. So you're doing things...
So it's Westworld.
The day in the life... Yeah. The day in the life of like a Western world. So it's not exactly like cookie cutter like GTA.
But there is a main character too that you play as.
Yeah.
Do you play as that main character for the online, or is it all? Do you play as an original character?
The first one I don't remember because
I would assume that's different because if you're online playing with other people, you can't all be the main character.
Yeah. Because on 5 you made your own thing, and they're teasing that this will happen in this one as well, with added stuff.
All that beautiful being.
So yeah, let's check out this teaser real quick. Josh made that graphic there in the corner.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
I need to tweak it a little bit.
I like it.
Might as well turn this on
so we can hear it.
So we can hear it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, graphics look really good.
Yeah, right.
Although I'm assuming this is probably pre-rendered, like teaser footage, not in-game.
No, this appears to be all in-game footage.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can tell.
Yeah. And that's the thing that Rockstar really
Listen to
knows
me.
is
When the time comes,
step of detail.
you gotta run and don't look back. This is over.
Just like all of the scenery looks really cool in that.
That's cool. We're gonna have to wait a whole year for it.
I got a little bit of goosebumps off of that, man.
But at least we know, like, next, like, E3 and stuff, they're gonna actually, like, show stuff about it.
Yeah. I mean, they'll probably talk about it like PAX and all those.
Oh, yeah. There's gonna, like, all year coming up to the fall release. There's gonna be plenty.
I 110% agree with Cutie Pie. She says nice scenery. Like, man, the scenery was amazing on that.
It looked like,
it's
too...
very...
cinematic.
Yeah, cinematic.
There were some things in there, too, like, you may not have noticed unless you played the first game. For example, the scene where he showed that he had a deer carcass over his horse, and he's walking with it. So there were, like, hunting elements in the first one, but this shows that maybe there might be a requirement for it to, like, get food.
There
might be more depth
crafting
to it.
in this? So, like, you have to kill a deer, and then you take its meat so you can make some food, and then you take its pelt so you can make a jacket, or...
So you kind of fall out.
Other than this teaser, they haven't said anything about it.
But what, did that exist in the first game?
First game, I don't know. I don't remember.
Because
I barely played it.
That's one of the... It's one of the things that I didn't like about, like, you know, like Skyrim and all that kind of stuff. Is just like the having to craft things element. Like you know, if you want really good armor, you have to go and you have to kill the dragon. You have to take the dragon scales. Then you have to take the dragon scales back and turn them into dragon ore. And then you have to turn the dragon ore into these sheets of dragon scale.
Actually, that's a very common principle and property of RPGs.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's okay, but I hate when it like takes over your gameplay. Because you're like, okay...
But that's how they get you. That's
I want to move on to the next section, but I need to make this awesome armor first.
I really appreciate when they make it optional.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you don't have to get the best armor that way, but if you choose to play that way, you can.
Yeah.
Or you can equip... You know, Guild Wars 2 was a lot like that. You can level up by just exploring.
Right.
And not fighting at all.
Well,
and just crafting.
Final Fantasy was definitely... is known for getting components to get good armor. Kingdom Hearts is another one. Anything Square Enix is definitely known for it. Now, what I thought you were talking when you said craft, when you say craft, the first thing that comes to mind is Fallout and the Fallout series, because Fallout 4 and all the titles, you have to get all these all these ingredients and all this material to create food, armor, upgrades, weapons. So the workshop stations, the cooking stations, the armor stations.
Yeah.
So
what I would love, like, I know with Fallout, like, one of your missions is to get people, because you want the people to come back to your settlement or whatever and populate it,
or your sanctuary.
So what would be cool is if you could assign those people jobs. So you had like the cook. So you can go out and you can gather all these materials and you bring it back and someone else cooks it for you.
Well, honestly, the thing is with Fallout, that's like such a small part of what you have to do. Like, in other words, you would still have to get all the stuff.
Right. But what I'm saying is, it would be like for a game, it would be cool if you could go out and be the one that's scavenging all that stuff as you're out there fighting and doing all that kind of shit, and then you bring all the components back to your settlement, and then drop it there, and it gets dispersed amongst the different places where it needs to go, so you can come back and get refreshed every once in a while. So you have other people there that are making your potions or making your health stuff, and it's like, oh well, you know,
basically
I just got this like
a dictator
animal.
leader.
Yeah,
just come back,
absolutely.
get on. All right, you guys communism it, spread it. And then
so you want a settlement of waifus to be like, hey, chick, cook me some grub. Yeah, I got you the meat last month. I know you can cook me that.
Look! I brought you guys back here to my settlement. I gave you a house. The least you could do is make me some food.
Hey, if you're into it, there's gotta be the other people into it,
right?
We can make the game. Let's do it. Who wants to make it?
Let's get Josh some virtual waifus.
Hashtag make Josh's game.
Hashtag shout out to not your waifu.
There were a couple big game releases that came out this week that people have been staying indoors for over the weekend, and that was Battlefield 1.
I've heard that's really good. Not my type of game, really, but I've heard that a lot of people like it.
Okay, so
It's
why
good.
are they calling it Battlefield 1? Like, is it
Because it's based on World War One.
Oh.
And that's something no one's really touched. Like, World War II kind of had its phase for a while. That was trendy when Medal of Honor came out, and then Call of Duty, which are actually the same people that made it, and then...
Call of Duty is the same people? Mm-hmm. Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, the original people who made Call of Duty or Medal of Honor were Infinity Ward, and then EA wanted to milk it. Was it EA
so
or somewhere?
weird.
And then they left because they didn't want to keep making that, and then they made Call of Duty. And then when they were making Call of Duty, Activision was like, well, we got to make more, so they hired Treyarch to make games in between their real games, which they weren't happy about. And eventually they left and created Respawn, and now they're making Titanfall.
You know what's interesting? Like, I like Call of Duty. I'm not a huge fan of Battlefield.
Battlefield is totally different. It is apples and oranges.
I personally
Josh for Dictator. Yeah. I tell people that it is totally different games. You can't go into it expecting the same type of gameplay. When you're playing Call of Duty,
Joe the man.
You're a Special Forces badass or Medal of Honor winner who just goes in killing everyone you can solo play it. Battlefield, it is like, no, you're a cricket. You mean nothing. You need to get in the vehicle to get to point B. Then you gotta coordinate with your team about how we take down this tank in order to get to this flag. It's a lot more realistic.
I guess I just don't have the patience for it, I guess. I don't know. Like, at least with Call of Duty, it's as simple as first-person shooter, kill streaks, get the strikes.
Like, really the only first-person shooter that I've found that I've liked, and I mean, it's not really even a first-person shooter.
Halo?
But, Borderlands.
Oh, Borderlands.
It's like third-person, though.
That was, it was first person,
It's
but
still first
it was like refreshingly different for the time. It's cel-shaded graphics.
Borderlands 2 was so much fun.
It was very RPG with its leveling system and customizations. So yeah, Battlefield 1 came out, and the reviews are great. People are like, well, we haven't enjoyed Battlefield like this since like Bad Company 2, which, well, at least the single-player campaign, which is cool. It's separated in a small vignettes. Yeah, how do you say
Vignettes.
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 I'm only half American. So, and then, wait, that's
me too.
2016, I can't say that. So, my mom's American too. But,
we got a lot deeper.
she got married into American.
Okay.
Anyway, so like,
Oh, God damn it.
let's keep going.
Let's keep digging that hole. All right, let's go.
But yeah, it was cool because you just show how senseless war is. 60 million people died in World War One. That's a lot of people.
We've had some
for nothing. They were like, "This is the war to end all wars."
I feel like Vietnam War still takes the cake as far as one of the worst wars in history. Dude, Vietnam was.
Ever since then,
World War
they
II,
banned
Vietnam.
They banned flame weapons after that.
Pretty stupid.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I feel like Vietnam was one where we were.
Well, there was no.
We were
reason
like
for
the
us to
bad
be there.
guys in like Vietnam.
We just that was. That's
Agent Orange, all that shit.
That's a whole nother,
Like we're basically the intruders. Not to turn into that kind of conversation, but our reputation in Vietnam sucks.
Yeah, that wasn't.
It was just a bad overall situation.
Yeah. So what else is coming out?
So speaking of war, Civilization 6.
Oh, cool.
Came out.
Cool.
Civilization.
It aggravates me so much because this
tickles Josh's fancy.
This thing here can't play it. Like, I could probably put it on super low res, all of it like worst graphic options, and I could get it to run really choppy.
And you'll get through 5 turns in 30 minutes.
Yeah. Like, God.
So yes, Civilization 6.
5 turns in 30 minutes.
It is a big strategy game. If you know of it, you know of it. If you don't know of it, then it's basically the strategy game, the digital board type game.
I don't have the patience for that either.
Of gaming.
So I usually don't either, but like that's also one of those games where if you're playing with someone else, you can pause it and then come back to it. It's almost like Risk.
Oh,
so like you can say so like when you're playing
people
online,
can have games that go on for a month.
Yeah, when you're playing online or not online, but when you're playing solo player and all the computer AI is around you, they're going to do shit while you're not doing shit. But if you're playing with other people, and you can be like, okay, I'm just going to play this while this is all going on. And, you can come back to it, 4 hours later, So, I can set it up, I can do it, I can go and, edit a fucking video for hashtag, and then come back to it while that's rendering and be like, okay, I've got time to play now, I'm going to keep going.
I see. You need to hit up Joe. You're like, hey, this is crucial for me to get through my. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, right now what I do is like when I'm rendering stuff, I'll play like fucking WWE 2K16.
You brought that game a few times.
Yeah, it's fun.
I think we're gonna have to go.
I'm serious.
Go play.
Like,
I'm gonna go up to North Hollywood, and we all gotta go play.
Wait, I need a second. Well, actually, you've got an Xbox controller, right?
I do. Yeah. Xbox One.
Because I've only got the one controller, but
yeah, and I got another.
I love his investment or his interest in Brandon was. Wait, you have another controller?
Oh, because I can't.
He was already problem solving. He's like, wait, we need another.
All right, screw you, DJ, but hey, you have a controller.
Well, you have a PlayStation though, right?
Yes, I do. And crowd.
So that doesn't really help me.
I have two Xbox controllers. We can all.
There we go.
Like the words "let's take turns" didn't come up at all.
well, no, because like with the game, I mean, you can play two. You can play one person. You can play two people. You can play online. But there's also like the Royal Rumble mode where you can do like tag team, and
cool.
you can get like 8 people in the ring at the same time.
The thing about those type of games is I would probably be obsessed with the customizer, make your own wrestling.
That's why my guy's Dr. Manhattan.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I saw the picture you posted.
I would totally make mine a Power Ranger. Don't give a shit.
Speaking of superheroes,
I've seen some mods. I've seen it happen. It does work.
Oh, I'm sure.
We got one more piece of trending news that happened last week.
What's that, Brian? What's that?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 teaser dropped.
Groot is so kawaii.
It was funny. I think it was on a Tuesday, was it?
Yeah.
They dropped the cover photo.
Wait, was Tuesday? It was either Tuesday or Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Tuesday.
They just posted this Calvin Klein looking like photo shoot with Gamora and everyone, and then Nebula was in there. Like, okay, yeah, you know, Thanos is out. She's officially part of the crew.
Groot is so kawaii,
and Groot's a little baby on the bottom. That was the
first
time
he's a chibi. He's a little chibi.
Yeah,
I really like the teaser image. I was a little disappointed with the trailer.
Let's check out the trailer then.
Let's get into it after the
trailer.
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
Let's check it out. If I can find my mouse.
I want to see Baby Groot again. Yay.
Going.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
It's black screen. Why is it a black screen?
He didn't push play yet.
There we go.
I do like that ship. I like that ship a lot.
That was exactly my problem. I mean, the music choice does make sense, but I would have liked to see them go with something new. Like give us a preview of what's going to be in Awesome Mix 1.
I almost disagree because it's saving it as the movie, but this brings you right back to the first one. This brings you back to like what we played.
I understand why they did. Well, look at Yondu.
Yondu looks amazing. He has a bigger fin.
Yeah.
There are 2 types of beings in the universe. Those who dance,
He is so good.
those who do not.
And those are just
So great.
I couldn't believe.
I am a dancer.
I'm a being that dance.
You just need to find a woman who is pathetic. Like you. Thanks, buddy. You need a hug.
So great.
No, I do
He's
not.
so good as freaking.
Oh, I thought I said no.
And see, like he's another one. Like I don't think Batista is that great of an actor either, but in that role,
See, I feel like
it's great.
honestly, I feel like here's the thing with wrestlers and people who try to cross mainstream. I always need a hug.
Wait.
Hey, Baby Groot.
Hi, darling.
Oh, so cute.
He is adorbs.
Oh my god.
But no, like to piggyback off of what you said, though. I mean, absolutely. I mean, it's really hard to like, for instance, it's like a musician becoming an actor, or Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg at least had the time to. I mean, hell, he's won an Academy Award now, right? Mm-hmm. So it's hard to have that or get rid of the stigma once you're known for a certain type of.
Being pigeonholed into one specific thing.
But I do think Batista does.
I think he's got potential.
Marky, yeah.
But like, put it this way: like to me, it's like you're either good, you're passable, or you're great. There are great actors out there. There are good actors and entertainers out there, and then there's passable. To me, Channing Tatum is passable. Batista is to me. Batista is not any worse than Arnold Schwarzenegger or freaking. Maybe not Sly Stallone. I mean, Sly Stallone has had some dramatic parts, but
I mean, Schwarzenegger's had some like good roles too, where he's like not. I mean,
but he's had to overcome that stigma too, as far as being such a meathead.
He did.
And then he became a freaking governor. Shit.
Yeah.
And he's just like, and then later he comes out, he's like, I planned this all along.
He's
like, I'm gonna beat it through bodybuilding, and through bodybuilding, get into acting.
I'm gonna bang my maid.
I'm gonna citizen to make money. And he's like, I'm gonna, then he married a Kennedy.
I'll tell you what.
He did marry a Kennedy.
Yeah, all planned.
Schwarzenegger is a really smart dude.
Yeah, he is.
A really smart dude.
Very intelligent. Matter of fact, before he even became famous off of Conan, the Barbarian and everything, like he was already running real estate. As a hustle, and he was already obviously was winning. He's known for winning those competitions, and he's known for just being like, just the most amazing bodybuilder of all time. But by the time he actually became famous, he was already
his first paid. He started off as Mr. Universe, like he was a bodybuilder, and then his first movie role was a film noir
something
thing
in New York.
Called no, it was The Long Good Night.
Oh wow. I never saw it, but I know what you're talking about though.
But like he was like a Guido type guy. He was like a mafia meathead. And like
an enforcer.
Enforcer. Yeah.
What's up, Joe the Man?
And the one scene that I remember him in, which is the only reason that I remember that he's in this movie, is he took his shirt off for some reason. And the camera was hanging on him because Elliot Gould, the main character, was doing something in the foreground, and then he's just sitting in the back, and he's just like bouncing,
jiggling his
pecs, just because he knew that he was on camera.
Yeah.
So he's doing that, and I'm just like, what an idiot. But it was funny.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But so he's a smart dude, but he's paid he worked his way up to this kind of stuff, and I think Batista has been getting great roles. I mean, he didn't have a lot of dialogue in Inspector, the James Bond movie, but he was in there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he was in that. I still haven't seen that one yet. I mean, he was fine in Riddick.
He was good in Riddick. But here's the thing. Like, if you didn't know he was a wrestler, he's good for what he does. And he's not even questioned for what he does.
Right.
He's good for those roles. You don't think he does a terrible job. You have nothing to really anchor him down. But when you think he's a wrestler, like, oh, he was a wrestler, therefore, is he really an actor? And to be honest with you, I like to say yes for the most part, depending on who we're talking about. Well, I mean, because wrestling is acting.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's obviously all the athletics and all the stunts and everything that they do is real, so they have to have that athleticism too. But it's all scripted.
Absolutely. Actually, I'll even co-sign what Painted Lady said. The big difference so far is that Schwarzenegger had lead roles, and Batista is not there yet. But Batista is getting there. I would say Drax is a lead role though. He is iconic absolutely. As that role.
Like I'd like to see what Batista can do with more.
Yeah.
I just don't know at this point.
Do I ever think Batista will ever be a leading man? Who knows? That is to be seen. But when Schwarzenegger had those type of leading man roles, it was a very different type of industry at the time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It was 80s and 90s action flicks.
Exactly.
That's not the kind of movie that comes.
The type of success that most actors have had in the past could not be replicated today. Gone are the days where you had to be Rambo and Sylvester Stallone, and today you could look like Chris Pratt, who is very well built and is in good shape. But you don't necessarily have to be ripped, muscles. So back to Guardians of the Galaxy 2, we have a couple characters that have some aesthetic changes, Yondu being one of them. Yeah. He does look much closer to the comic book counterpart.
Nebula
is much
more tech.
Yeah, much more cyborgy.
Yeah.
We saw stuff. Gamora still looks badass. I love the way she does. Now, my only concern, I don't know about my only concern, but my concern is it does seem like it's leading towards a love type of interest, at least with Star-Lord and Gamora.
I think that maybe that was in between the films. Like, sure. I think we're gonna get the it's
a honeymoon
bad
stage
analogy, but like no, it's a good analogy, but it's not necessarily the best reference because it was same actress. What's her name? Gamora. Her real name?
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana. Like her and Spock in Star Trek. Like I feel like it's going to be similar to that. Like maybe where between movies, maybe they tried a relationship.
Sure.
And now it seems like, well, maybe it's not working out.
Sure. No, and I don't. My only thing is, I get it. And again, not to disagree with you again, as far as I love the fact that the song brought us right back into the Motley crew that we loved in the first one. Like,
right.
That crew was so different. It was so refreshing. Like beyond it being part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it was just a great movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And like I said, I completely understand why they used that song, but personally, I would have liked to see
Ooga chaka,
something
ooga,
new.
ooga chaka. Continue, sir.
No, that was it.
it.
Yeah. Just that I would have liked to see something new, but I understand why they used that song.
Sure. I mean, I do like the fact
that was my only complaint with the trailer.
But I do like the fact that the mixtape is being... I don't know. I mean, they may use a song from the next volume.
Because I've got two minds of it. Because at first, as soon as I heard that song, I was like, "Oh shit, this is the Guardians of the Galaxy 2." Yeah. But at the same time, I would have liked to have seen it like the black screen, and then heard like another song in the background, and then seen like Baby Groot or whatever pop on the screen. Like, oh my god, this is Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
I just hope the underlining like love story or love interest between Gamora and Star-Lord, I just hope it's not too heavy of a...
Yeah.
And I'm not... Here's the thing.
I don't think it will.
I'm not anti-love stories. I'm really not one of those guys like, oh, dude, do we really have to... I don't particularly mind that kind of stuff. I just hope it's not like as prominent as... Oh, I don't know, like Daredevil with Ben Affleck. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if you guys have ever seen the director's cut of Daredevil and then the actual theatrical release of Daredevil.
I need to watch it too.
Two completely different movies.
I need to watch the director's
That's what I've heard. I've heard that the director's cut was actually not horrible.
But me being me, I still appreciate
it's a good movie, actually.
The original movie.
I'm sorry?
I was like, but me being me, I still appreciate the original movie. Just because of the visual effects with the rain. I was like, oh, that was cool.
But see, I also heard that about Green Lantern.
Well,
that the director's cut of Green Lantern was actually not bad.
I have a hard time. I feel like there's a lot of problems with
the villain in Green Lantern was horrible. What they did with Sinestro was stupid. And Parallax shouldn't have been a giant fucking Galactus
cloud. A big fart?
Yeah.
But here's my thing about Green Lantern. I mean, I'm sure there was a director. Is there a director's cut?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I've never seen it. I'll tell you what. Compared to like Batman v Superman director's cut, I'm not saying it's different because it adds more. It's just a completely different movie. It's a different movie, period.
Like the two different Exorcists.
Yes.
Dang.
Like, I'm not talking about, like, it's kind of different because it adds a lot more to it. Like, Batman v Superman, everyone says Batman v Superman, the director's cuts, adds to the movie and helps you understand the movie better.
Yeah.
Daredevil, the Ben Affleck movie, the director's cut, it's a different movie. The Elektra love story is almost non-existent. It just happens to be there, but it wasn't a focus at all.
Right.
There's a whole subplot with Matt Murdock, actually. And this is where it's just like, oh, okay, this is the civilian and the superhero. Matt Murdock goes on his own lawyer adventure to try to get somebody who's convicted as guilty innocent because he believes that he's innocent. And you actually see Matt Murdock do his lawyer duties as Daredevil and using his senses and all that.
More along the lines of the TV show.
It actually is.
And the comic.
It actually is. And the movie did not. But moving on, sorry.
Somewhere else they chopped it up to add the love story more.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we got three other big topics we wanted to go over. One is the Nintendo Switch reveal, the Logan teaser, and what we've been watching on TV because TV is hot. Fall season started. The Walking Dead season premiere dropped.
I'm watching Game of Thrones.
DJ finally started Game of Thrones
6 years later.
Kiss my ass now.
That is a big deal. The thing I'm most happy about is hearing that you're loving it.
Oh. Yeah, that's...
I was
like, if you started
okay,
watching it and then you were like, fuck you guys, why'd you make me watch this? That would have been horrible.
Which I'm expecting because by now...
I couldn't. Not even in good conscience, I couldn't even joke about that.
It's so hyped that there's a lot of people who wouldn't dare watch anything fantasy that watch it and then they come back and like, it was stupid. And it's like, well, it's not your thing anyways. But
well, here's my thing. Like, for those who don't know, and I tell you guys this all the time, like, I completely unplugged from a lot of mainstream stuff, like, years. Like... Long story, but I didn't follow TV.
No, it's not back, Joe the Man. Just DJ finally started it for the first
time.
Yeah, I
did somebody say Game of Thrones? No, relax.
It hasn't been announced yet, but I don't think it's coming back until like June or July because of the
DJ
delay.
Hipster.
Why am I a hipster? Because I didn't watch stuff? That makes me a hipster? I thought I'd be a hipster if I did watch it.
Just go get yourself a scarf and a blazer and you'll be fine.
It's in my car. But no.
You're a hipster if you... Well, I don't know. Okay.
It's like I'm damned if I do it, I'm damned if like...
I know, right? So, you can't win in 2016, no matter what.
You're such a hipster. You watch our shows. You watch that show. Yeah, but I read the books. Shut up.
That's a hipster.
Shut the fuck up.
I liked it before it was popular.
Well, I like it now that it's popular, and I didn't do it until I was late.
I liked raving and trance music and techno before it was called EDM.
I don't understand that mindset. People are like, oh, well, I don't listen to it now that they're mainstream.
Yeah, same thing with music. Like, I liked it when they were underground. They sold out. Like, yeah, they got paid.
Yeah, they need money.
That's what they're doing it for. I think that's the point. But no, I don't want to spend too much time on this. But no, I'm watching Game of Thrones. I got up to season 2.
Okay, so you're on season 2. Okay.
I'm on season 2, episode 2.
What was the season 1 cliffhanger?
That's when Ned.
Oh, right.
And then we have the King of the North thing and all that stuff, and just basically the throne struggle. Who's going to come out? Is it going to be Khaleesi? Is it
So you like it?
Is it going to be the Starks? Is it going to be? I love it. I mean, I get. I just started freaking spoiling. sorry, painted lady. I just muted you. That's terrible. But no, I don't want to say too much. But basically, that I'm starting to get people's love for it. I mean, it's more than just because I tend to. There's so much TV now, man.
Yeah, there is. There's
and actually,
so
you
much.
and I talked about this. Dude, it's overwhelming. And do I think I'm going to be completely caught up with every single thing?
Dude, there's so much.
It's so hard. Well, earlier today, I was editing.
Lucifer drops tonight. Tomorrow.
Yeah. There's new
Flash.
Supergirl tonight. Tomorrow night's The Flash.
Gotham is tonight also.
I'm not going to watch Lucifer. I'm not going to.
Today, I was
just started watching Lucifer. It's good.
Working on editing stuff, and I was watching Once Upon a Time in the background.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Just because I don't. That's like I said last night. That's a show that I don't need to pay attention to. But I can still look up every once in a while and be like, oh, look, it's Aladdin. All right, let me go back to what I was doing.
Yeah, but to me, well, first of all, the little free time that I have right now is obviously I'm playing Backpedal. At least you're caught up to whatever you want to be caught up to.
Hey, I just started Spartacus this past week.
See,
I've heard that's really good though too.
It is good. I'm enjoying it. I'm almost done with the first season.
It's overwhelming for me because I feel like, okay, at least Game of Thrones is doable because it's 10 episodes per season. That's not bad.
Right. Well,
then I want to backtrack to Flash, but that's 20 episodes per season. It's a lot of time that I don't think I have.
I think we're in two different places too. For you, I'm not saying that you don't have to be up on this stuff, but
I'd like to be though.
Yeah, you'd like to be, but if you don't watch The Flash, it doesn't really matter. If you don't watch Supergirl, it doesn't really matter for what you're doing for that hashtag show because
for that hashtag show, but just in general, I appreciate for instance, am I doing anything for that hashtag show for Game of Thrones? No, but as a personal mission for myself, it's not only do I want to watch it to know what the hell everyone's talking about, now I want to finish it for me because it's good, and it sucks that I'm playing catch up with so much stuff.
Right, which I completely understand.
Take your time with it, man.
But
really,
for me,
I can't. There's a lot of shows.
For me, I feel like if I don't watch these shows and I don't know what's going on and I'm not caught up to date on all of these, then I'm not doing my job as a producer for the show because how am I supposed to help other people figure out what they're doing if I'm not paying attention, if I'm not up to date on everything that's going on?
But I'm sorry.
It's true.
Go ahead.
It's true. I was saying it's true. Josh had to explain stuff to me sometimes. We'll shoot a video.
I know I don't need to be.
What the heck is that?
Because there's always going online doing research before the event or asking other people who watch it. But I feel like I have to. I would rather know about it.
But it applies because it's everything that you're surrounded by. For me, it is almost that fear of missing out now. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I can give two shits about what I know compared to somebody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But now I finally get it. Not to say I was too good to be, too good for it. I'm not at all. But now that I'm in it, I'm glad that I'm I could actually join the conversation because I get the hype. I get more than the hype. I get the genuine love for this property and this following. Obviously, a massive following. I'm 6 years late. I'm trying to put myself 6 years ago. Dude, what was I doing 6 years ago?
6 years.
So I'm getting stuff for the first time that people have time to digest and have love in their stomachs.
Yeah, but it's for me, it's almost overwhelming too.
It's completely
which is why there are certain things that I don't watch, and that's why I know there's stuff that Joe doesn't watch, and there's stuff that a couple of other people that produce things for us don't watch, just because we do have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have to be able to watch and keep up with as much as we possibly can.
Right now, I'm going to keep up with Westworld. I'm going to get through Game of Thrones, and I can't take my time because it's overwhelming. It's almost like an assignment for me. I'm not even getting paid to do this assignment, but it's a personal mission. Besides social media, Facebook, and besides even just dates I go on, you know what I mean? No, but that happens a lot. No, just almost everybody I know are familiar with certain properties that I am not. I at least want to do Game of Thrones.
Right.
I at least want to get. I'm gonna get some really looks from you guys, but I want to do Breaking Bad. I want to.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's definitely.
I know people that didn't watch Breaking Bad until the last season.
Yeah, but to me, that's like I owe it to Bryan Cranston just because that I've seen episodes and it's amazing.
It's such a good show.
But that right there.
But again, it's your
Great show.
6 years worth. But it's only 10 to 12 episodes per season. It's
I
not.
think it's a little bit more. I looked it up because
Really?
I was trying to the first season was like 10, and then after that it went to like 15 or 20,
Really?
like 15ish or 20, something like
I
that.
thought it was like an average of like 12 or 13.
Maybe it's not as bad as like The Flash or something like that.
I mean, 15 isn't that far off from 12 or 13. But
Sure.
But yeah.
But anyways, yes, I'm starting to watch it. I can't wait to finish it. I will try to get reintegrated in
House. House was good. I watched that.
House was good.
I watched House.
I did watch House.
I did watch House. Yeah.
I fell out of it though. Like I stopped watching it like somewhere around the 7th season, I think. I don't remember how long it went for, but right around the time that he went into the mental hospital.
Yeah, actually I watched all of it.
What was about when I stopped watching it.
I feel like the House lost its steam. Not to get too off topic.
It was the same thing. Yeah, it became the same thing.
Is it lupus? Is it
no,
lupus?
It's not lupus.
Is it lupus?
It's not lupus.
And then finally it was lupus once, and he's like,
It's
lupus!
There's a new show.
I didn't even know what to do. Oh, it's lupus! Finally.
There's a new show that he's in. I think it's on AMC called Chance. And that
I've seen the bill.
It looks pretty interesting.
And he looks different automatically.
Yeah.
His hair color's different.
But again, that's another show, and I don't know that I'm ready to start that.
So, moving on to what shows we've been watching. What about you?
Well, like I said,
like he was saying,
Flash, Westworld, Supergirl.
What about
all this?
How was Westworld? The last Westworld show.
Last Westworld was
last night.
really
I
good.
just I didn't get to watch that one yet.
It answered a lot of questions.
I actually did the Westworld for hashtag.
Yeah, which is what I was working on. I didn't realize.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I want to come back, by the way.
I heard you did awesome, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
No, I mean that show was amazing. Like they're positioning it to be the next Game of Thrones on HBO, since Game of Thrones only has 13 episodes left.
2 seasons.
Well, I thought it had 2 seasons.
It's got 2 seasons, but it's only going to be
Like 6 and 6?
7 episodes in one season, 6 episodes in the other.
Interesting. I see.
I'm assuming it's going to be 6 episodes in the next season, and then a 2-hour finale in the final season.
Okay.
At least that's what makes sense to me. But we'll see if that's how it works.
But piggybacking off what you're saying, as far as I'm keeping up with the Flash this season. I'm still debating if I really want to take the time to go backwards on Arrow, just because I've heard I don't have to.
I'm not even giving Arrow a chance.
Yeah, I watched a couple of episodes in the first season, and I couldn't get into it. It was
to me, it's Batman.
It was too CW for me.
Really?
Yeah, like way too CW. Like I feel like Supergirl's a CW show, but
they can get away with it.
Yeah, like Javier, our new editor, was saying last night. Like there's a lot between
right, cutie pie. That's what everyone says.
Stephen Amell between Arrow and Felicity.
Yeah,
and that's the focus of the show instead of the focus of the show being the adventures of Arrow.
It's still well done. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I
heard it started out good.
I try to keep up with this season, like at least the first couple episodes. I mean, action wise, it's still well done. I can see the tediousness. I mean, I'm speaking prematurely because, I mean, again, I haven't kept up with all the seasons. But The Flash is the one I want to really...
The Flash is really fun.
I want to go back and it's only on the 3rd season. So that's something I can do, and that's something at least practical that I can get into.
Honestly, if you started watching at the beginning of the season, and you know The Flash as a character, I don't think you need to watch the first 2 seasons.
That's true.
They're good.
That's true.
Like don't make it...
So I don't have to prioritize it.
Yeah, they're absolutely good seasons. But yeah, being familiar with who the character is and what his origin is.
Yeah.
Going into the season, like watching the first 3 episodes of the season,
it might even be slow for you. In the very
beginning. You can
kind of figure out what's going on. Introduce his origin and everything.
I'd like to at least establish. Sorry to cut you off, by the way. I'd like to at least understand certain history going up, because I understand that time travel is a component. I do understand that certain things have happened, got erased. Did happen this way, got erased. Certain characters. So I mean, like this season got me interested enough to where I'd like to see the history of the characters,
right?
Because everything is changed now. I'd like to see what has changed specifically. How drastic has it changed? I understand that now he's kind of fixed everything, and now he's but it's enough. Well, so to speak. No, he's normalized everything, so to speak.
Yeah, Flashpoint did change everything.
It did. It really did. And if you watch The Flash, you should check out over on that hashtag show. We have an after show for that too.
The Flashpoint.
With spaces in between.
So,
The Flash Space Point.
What else?
But no, well, as far as Westworld, like the one thing I love about Westworld is, man, just production-wise, it shows, man.
Yeah, well,
oh my god,
something. I know you watched the last recap video that we did, but something that I didn't realize that I looked up for them while they were shooting. This entire season of Westworld cost about $100 million to make. The first episode was about $25 million of that.
Wow. So they wanted to start off. They wanted to hit the ground running.
Yeah.
But I feel like if it is slowing off, or if it is a slumping off in terms of production value, it did a good job as far as stabilizing the standard.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of that money is probably going into effects.
Yeah. I mean, it has to. I mean, again, I made a comment on the last review we did. It's such a believable contrast between Westworld, the simulation, and Westworld, the company. Yeah. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, it's really good. If you guys aren't watching Westworld and you have the time, it's on Sunday nights or HBO Go. That I would definitely give it a shot.
User Tay1 brings up an interesting opinion or statement. Netflix is about to be $3 billion in debt in order to make their original series and films.
Yeah, Netflix is hinging. So Netflix.
Well, they just started producing.
Yeah,
Netflix, their own original series.
Netflix is
movies.
positioning themselves to be a content creator instead of just a content delivery system. Which I mean, obviously we know that because they've got all these other series. What I find interesting about that though is that they're now competing with their clients.
Oh, what? How?
Because they're a streaming service and they're showing TV shows and movies.
Since they're coming up with their own stuff,
right. But now that they're producing their own content, I mean, Hulu's doing the same thing and Amazon's doing the same thing.
So basically, if I go to Netflix and it says recommended for you, it might be all Netflix stuff.
Right. Yeah. And so,
hey, I think you might like this, but I didn't watch anything close to that. It doesn't matter. I think you might like this.
I'm really interested to see if that changes their business model and how they reconcile like producing their own content and pushing their own content over pushing their clients' content.
Yeah, eventually it's gonna be when do they get to the line
There's conflict of interest for sure. But so far, every original content that has, not that I've watched everything like original from Netflix, but as far as I understand, everything that original that has come from Netflix, like Orange is the New Black and et cetera, et cetera.
And Narcos and
House
all
of
the Marvel
Cards.
series, House of Cards. Yeah,
they've all been very critically acclaimed.
I heard Bloodline wasn't really all that great.
Stranger Things
Things was so good.
Good call.
I feel like Netflix is kind of like the HBO.
I think
TV.
I think it was
Bloodline.
There. Bloodline, if I'm thinking of the right show, is the first Netflix series to have been canceled.
Yeah, that had low ratings. I remember it was like 3 stars or less.
Yeah, but that's like what one series.
One out of
10.
Yeah,
you figuring that?
So yeah, they've got a good record.
Yeah, I mean, so far I think they're consistent.
Yeah.
I did get to watch something pretty damn awesome.
Was it a VeggieTales movie?
No, but there are lots of veggies in it. The Walking Dead.
Oh,
season 7 premiere.
Clever.
I know it happens. Haven't kept up with Walking Dead. Don't care, but I know it happens.
Oh my gosh! It finally. I was literally waiting for it yesterday. Like, soon as it aired in Eastern Time, 6 p.m., I was just like, waiting.
So from what I understand, like it does follow the comic books, but it also strays from the comic books too.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all of the large plot points from the comic books are in the series.
Yeah.
Kitty Bite, no! I'm going to kill Negan.
But what they've done is they've
yeah.
like for character deaths and characters that live, they've swapped some characters. So some characters have died in the place of.
I was about to ask you, where is that thing?
Some characters have merged together.
Oh no! Too soon. Lucille's a vampire bat.
Lucille's thirsty.
No, it says on the box, you're taking it like a champ.
Taking it like a champ.
Actually took the time to read the panels.
You're dead to me, Brian.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Like, go ahead.
I knew what was gonna happen, Cutie Pie, in the comics, and I mean, like most people who were impatient to find out what would happen. But at the same time, everyone was wondering if they would follow the comics or not. And would it be someone else different? People were giving out all sorts of hints. They were creating fake things. Like, oh, it's going to be, Maggie or someone else.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of people thought that. I know a lot of people thought that was going to be Daryl.
Oh, yeah.
As a type of misdirection.
They almost made it look like it was going to be Daryl.
Now, here's the question. Now, Abraham, from what I understand, was not done that way in the comic books, right?
No.
From the comics, I remember it was just like, yeah.
When did he die in the comic books?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when did that happen?
I want to say it was later.
Oh, really?
I think, but I'm not positive.
Because I did take the time to read the comic step by step as far as how it happened with Glenn.
How much of this do you guys want to talk about? Because I haven't seen the series. I know I'm still half a season behind. I know what happens though, so I'm not opposed to spoiling. But I don't know about anyone in the chat.
I'm with you guys.
Maybe in a private stream I'll talk about it. Schedules are different. Cutie Pie spoilers. Yeah. Do you guys want to know spoilers? Should we actually talk about what happened, who died?
I don't care.
Or do you want us to keep it? It's up to you viewers. Or should we just go into it and just be like, spoiler warning now?
How about this?
It's up to you guys.
How about Cutie Pie? Since you specifically asked, why don't you tell us if you want spoilers or not?
Yeah, so why don't we
want to talk about
let's move on for a second. Let's talk about the Logan teaser. You guys in chat decide whether or not we can spoil Walking Dead for you.
Okay, we're doing it. Cutie Pie wants to talk about it.
Yeah, but Tay said mute, so she doesn't, or he doesn't.
I believe Painted Lady wanted to talk about it too. Well, I mean, we do have a couple other things we gotta talk about. We got a lot to talk about.
Show the man. Spoil it!
Spoil it. Okay, spoiler warning! If you do not want to know who died in The Walking Dead, mute that shit right now. But don't turn it off. Don't leave. Stay here.
Yeah, if you leave, I will come and find you.
Just turn down the button.
Enjoy the visuals of me eating pork rinds.
So, as you were saying, the first person that died was Abraham.
Yeah, and
like
now,
that whole lead up, thinking like a
champ. I did spoil it already, didn't I?
That he went up and bam, it was Abraham, and he made sure his head was
mashed.
Oh my!
I will say this. I mean, I thought it was interesting how they took some of the dialogue from Glenn and applied it to Abraham's death because, like the line, taking it like a champ, like he did. That was such a Glenn in the comic books.
Yep.
And because this was such a huge phenomenon or a huge moment. In Walking Dead, and I don't even follow the series like that. Even I was interested to really look into it, like that. And to see the art.
So I'm at the point now. I think we talked about this.
This is weird to me right now. Sorry to cut you off, but like seeing this right now, it's just like damn.
I think we talked about this. Like
I feel
earlier.
like I'm a messed up, dark individual.
I feel like I need to kick your ass.
I feel so hipster.
In one of our first couple of episodes, we were talking. I think we were talking about how I'm like half season behind, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to catch up or not yet.
Yeah.
And I still don't know because like I feel like I liked Walking Dead, but I didn't like more episodes than I did like. Like I'd get to the point where I'd be like, finally, oh man, this episode was awesome, but the last three were so.
How do you know for sure, Joe? It just aired last night, so I watched it. But Abraham isn't the only one that dies. That was the big shocker. Because the whole lead up and the way he killed him in Abraham was the same way as Negan kills Glenn in the comic book.
And they did that to throw people off.
And they totally did it to throw everyone off because it relieved the pressure. And they went on for a while with other stuff. Because there's a flashback with Rick. Rick is doing flashbacks to what happened. Because Negan's like, I want you to remember what happened.
Yeah.
Think about it. And he's sitting there and he's like thinking about it. He's retelling it, flashbacks.
What I've heard from a lot of people complaining about, not necessarily the fact that Glenn actually died. I know a lot of people are complaining about that, but I've also heard that people were complaining that they started off by killing Abraham and then they dragged it out over the course of the episode.
They dragged it out,
and then when they finally did kill Glenn, it was like, guys, why did you take so long to do this?
I can see that.
I thought it was interesting. I mean, again, I guess I'm like no authority to really speak on it but from a noob.
Glenn was my favorite for sure too.
I did like Glenn because anytime I watched the series, I mean, he was a strong character. But again, I'm no authority. I shouldn't say anything. But from what I understand, like in the comic books, it's so different. So people are saying that Daryl I guess because Daryl did strike Negan, that he's responsible for Glenn's death? Is that
oh, yeah. Because in the show, there was a scene that happened where Daryl, he's all pissed off. He gets up, he takes a swing.
Punches the shit out of Negan. No fear. And
he just gets up, he tries to, but his guys grab him, they pull him down, they put him on the floor.
But he does hit him. He does hit him.
I don't remember. I think he got one hit in.
No,
he
I know for sure.
Beat the shit out of him.
No. He did hit him, and then he was restrained.
Yeah.
And because of that, and then Negan, very, very strong to his civility, it's just like I said, you guys get one. The first one's free. Now, back to business. Because you hit me, I'm going to do the one. So I'm going to stick to my code of ethics. I'm not going to kill all of you, but since you got one on me, I'm going to get one on you. And that's when the whole Glenn thing happened. So technically, Daryl was responsible. That's what a lot of people are saying, because if Daryl didn't strike Negan, it would have just been Abraham.
Well, they definitely made the story seem that way, but I mean, considering the production they put into Glenn to mimic the look in the comic with the eyeball popping out.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
They definitely planned.
Oh no! But I'm talking about in terms of the end story.
Like the end story.
In the end story, because Daryl didn't do anything.
Yeah,
it's almost like it is Daryl's fault.
Because they made it look like Daryl was gonna die. Like, and the guy with the crossbow comes and he's like, "I want to get him. Let me get him. Come on, can I get him?"
How do you think?
Like, no, and then he's like, "Whatever," and they walk away like nothing's happening. He's like, "Anyways, back to business," like what you said. And
so
Glenn's head.
So let me ask you something. How do you think the reaction would be different if Daryl had died instead of Glenn, or instead of Abraham?
I think people would have been a little.
People would be
I'm
more.
I'm sorry. I'm stop talking.
You think people would be more upset?
Because those are more core characters that are gone, leaving less reason to continue watching. Because people don't have an attachment to Abraham like they do Daryl from the beginning. Like, you've seen Daryl grow as a character.
So you're talking about if Daryl would have died instead of Glenn?
Either of them.
Either of them?
Yeah.
If Daryl would have died instead of Abraham, that would have been shitty. Now the bigger question to me is if Daryl would have died instead of Glenn, that would have been interesting, because I know Glenn is really, really loved.
Yeah, and so is Daryl.
Yeah. But for two completely different reasons. Like, Daryl has always kind of been that loose wire or loose cannon, where Glenn, you really see like his development.
Well, yeah, I mean, he grew from a pizza boy into like an actual survivor,
and his wife,
Maggie.
I guess he got married after the fact. She has a kid or something, right?
See, and can't see his unborn child. Yeah. Ah! Oh my gosh! And this is the other controversial part, but I actually appreciated. I was surprised that they mimicked how Glenn looked in the comic. Yeah, in the series, because in the comic. And they did it the same in the series. He gets hit once really hard. He's just like his head's caved in, and he has like an eye that's popping out. And they did it the same in the comic.
Yeah, even
and he's like, and he's still like barely alive, and he's stuttering. And Negan's like, "Oh, is he trying to say something? He's still alive! Yeah, actually, what a champ!"
Actually, that's amazing that you brought that up, because again, I just love seeing side by side stuff.
And you see him there, like, and they let it just sit there. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, Glenn!" And he's just like.
That actually reminds me of something from Westworld, which you guys didn't touch on in your discussion last night. But the guy who from episode 3, the Stray, who beat himself in the head with the
sure.
With the rock.
Oh yeah.
Like, you see him like in the back in the command center after that had happened.
You know what? I was going to touch on it. I didn't touch on it as much as I liked. That's the reason why I brought up the. I thought I did a little bit, maybe not. I meant to. Where that's the reason I brought up the production value, as far as them being in the center, and just the prosthetics and the subtle CGI that makes them believable. Because did I not mention like the head injury?
I don't think so.
Because I know I wanted to mention it.
I haven't gotten that far in the editing yet, so I haven't.
Well, I meant to. So okay, I know I meant to though.
Yeah, I mean, but I'll probably bring that up in the comments. Of the thing, but no, like just seeing that guy standing there with his head caved in, I was just like, oh,
yeah. And that was the thing with Glenn, because he was still moving and he was still trying to mutter, and you barely could make out him saying, "Maggie,
I'll find you."
And I couldn't hear. Is that what he said?
That's what he says.
I almost thought he said, "I'm sorry."
No.
It was like
it was specifically Maggie. I'll find you. The reason why is because I read this whole article as far as why Glenn's last words were so important. It's a really good read, by the way. And essentially, that's the difference from the comic book where he does get bashed in. The look, you're right. The look was a complete mirror image from the comic books, like eye popping.
Some people didn't like it. Some articles probably.
It's hard to look at.
Yeah,
it is hard to look at. And to me, what was really harder to look at, I'm getting ahead of myself, was when you see him.
Remembering it. I'm going this.
Completely mashed into the ground, unrecognizable, and you kind of still see his fingers twitching.
But see, like for me, Game of Thrones, you're going to see that kind of shit on there. So like people complaining about that, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I have heard a lot of hypocrisy as far as because a lot of people are saying they're not going to watch freaking Walking Dead anymore. They're not going to watch Walking Dead. Like this last episode, and I've known friendships online have ended because they've been spoiled too. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I saw someone like earlier before we started recording. Brian and I were talking about it. I told you about that article about the Korean guy or the Chinese guy, whatever it was, that got killed in 1982.
Yeah.
That
people digging and they're like, oh, he got hit by a baseball bat and killed.
Right, yeah. That a lot of people are comparing.
This is 2016.
Glenn dying to this guy in 1982 that got
what did they say
beat
about
up with a baseball bat.
Was it too familiar?
Yeah. But what I was going
right.
But that's not even what I was referencing that to. One of my the friend of mine that posted that was he posted that article. And he was getting so much shit from people because the article spoils the episode, and the thumbnail for the article spoiled what happened. Oh. So, like, all these people were like, "Dude, you just spoiled this fucking episode for me." I get I get the issues in this article, but that thumbnail is fucking bullshit.
Oh my!
I will say this. I actually, again, I keep disclaimering like I haven't watched it religiously like everybody else. But I actually had to unfriend somebody because of how much of a dick he was being about spoiling it. It started off.
He's doing it on purpose.
He was. Yeah. Like, he was, and even I was just like, I mean, we weren't close or anything, so it's not like a major loss to me. I'm like, I can care less. He was just kind of somebody who found me. But first he posted a meme that completely gave off the two victims. So first he posted the meme, and then you see comments like, dude, spoiler, fuck you, and then he kept on going as far as when people are mad because you were in The Walking Dead. Oh, by the way, these two characters, like, he just started flooding. I'm like, dude,
I know people that did that with, like, Game of Thrones.
You're an asshole. Like, you are a jerk. Like, we're not close anyways, but I don't need to have you,
like... He's like, this is the only way I know how to get attention.
Going back a few months.
Face,
that's
can't
it.
Make jokes.
Absolutely. That's exactly it.
Did I tell you my The Force Awakens story?
Which one?
So when I went to see the movie, it was me, my buddy Taylor from work, and Jessica. We went to see it over at the Grove.
Jessica?
Yeah.
Oh.
And someone pulled the fire alarm at the movie theater at the Grove. So that fucked everything up. All the screenings got pushed back like an hour. So people weren't happy, whatever. But it also fucked up something in their system. So
for some reason I thought bodily system. So I was like,
in the movie theater.
Yeah.
So we were in a 3D screening, and it somehow screwed up the 3D thing. So the 3D glasses weren't working. So they ended up canceling our screening. They refunded us and gave us free movie passes to come back and see it. Steve Cardenas was in our screening too.
Was that a coincidence?
Yeah, complete.
I feel like you guys run into Steve Cardenas a lot.
We do.
And for those who don't know, Steve Cardenas, it was a Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
He played Rocky, right?
He played the second Red Ranger Rocky, correct?
So I saw him in the lobby. So I was just like, hey Steve, what's going on?
Can we go through a conversation where Steve Cardenas doesn't get fucking brought up?
So he was in the same theater. Same thing happened to him. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna come back. They just put up a new showing at 1:00, so the people who got screwed this time can go see it later on.
Sure.
But I had to I had to wake up for work at like 6 a.m. So I was like, I'm not staying up until 3:00 in the morning and watch Star Wars. I'll go see it tomorrow.
Sure.
So me and Taylor and Jessica all left. Steve had left, and then I'm walking out to my car, and Steve comes walking back up, and he's like all like huffing, and he's like angry. He's like, dude, I just opened up my fucking Instagram and someone spoiled The Force Awakens. Like, the first picture that was on there was someone spoiling
that sucks.
That moment.
That sucks. I luckily was able to watch The Force Awakens spoiler free. I was fortunately able to.
Me too. I feel like the majority of people were able to. Like in general, I felt like the internet was like pretty well behaved.
Yeah, I know a lot.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everyone respected it enough to like keep it quiet for a few days.
For the most part, but now, sorry to cut you off, Josh. I mean, but for the most part, but I do feel like we're in that day and age where it's so hard to keep a secret.
It is, and I spoiled it for myself
On purpose?
No, no, like it. I clicked
on
started
clicking in the wrong places.
Like I knew I shouldn't have looked at the thing that I was
clicking in those wrong places again.
And then
Josh.
I was like, because it was people having a discussion about it, and then I was like, okay, you know, like there's gonna, you know, like they did the spoiler thing. They were being nice about it. They were like, okay, there's spoilers there, and I like fucking clicked on it by accident, and it just opened up, and I was like,
Yeah.
Moral of the story: think before you click.
Yes.
No, seriously. If you don't want to like know, if you don't want to know something, I feel like Star Wars is a hard one just because
it's something big like that.
Something in advance.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Game of Thrones, like if you're watching a TV series and you're within like the week of it, stay off freaking social media.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
even like 3 days.
But like, even Game of Thrones is a different thing because the books are out and the books have been out for so long.
But I don't feel like people spoil it like that. Even with like Harry Potter and even like
people were good about Harry Potter.
Even like Lord of the Rings, and I mean, mind you, like social media is much more effective.
Yeah,
now.
but like if someone complained to me about spoiling Lord of the Rings 35 years after the book came out, I'm like.
You're like that book came out in like 1920s.
Yeah, but even then, sorry. I mean, as close as Peter Jackson was with the source material, I mean, there are still subtle differences. There's still, I mean, but it's not as anticipated as far as Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he wrote it after his time in World War One.
It'd be like someone spoiling Titanic for me. Like I haven't seen the movie, but I know that the boat fucking sinks.
I know everyone's gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we're going pretty. We've been going for a while now, and we got a couple more things we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about Logan.
There's 2 more big reveals and teasers this week. The first one is Logan.
So let's do Logan.
Let's talk about Logan. Unless you've been living under a rock, Logan is Wolverine's name and X-Men.
What?
Wolverine 3
is what Logan actually is.
Wolverine 3.
Technically, this is Wolverine. The third Wolverine.
So this is Hugh Jackman's last one as Old Man Logan.
So the first one was called X-Men Origins Wolverine. The second one was called The Wolverine, and now this one's called Logan.
Yep.
Here we go. Let's check out the trailer.
The following preview has been approved for all appropriate audiences.
I gotta like play
by
every time.
The Motion Picture Association of America.
There we go.
Inc.
Oh, I love this song.
Yeah, this was a really good musical choice for this trailer.
What did you do?
Like I like
Charles, the world is not the
they
same as
started
it
off
was.
with shaking hand. Like they did a really good job of making this not look like an X-Men movie.
I hurt myself today.
It's like all the imagery in this, and like there you can see they've got all these scars, so like his healing factor isn't. Isn't working as well as it was before.
That looks like Cerebral.
Yeah. From the comic books. Or it's a water tower.
That's real.
What is she?
See, I'm not sure if they're living in the water tower.
She's like you.
No, yeah, more X-23.
Very much like you.
The feelings disappear.
I don't know who that is.
That's the guy.
I think that might be Mr. Sinister.
Someone has come along.
I'm still
Because A6 is going to be this movie too.
I know Mr. Sinister was teased in Deadpool.
No, he was teased in
Oh, yes, right.
I will let you down. I will make
So now X-23 is clone of
And so far, she is still confirmed as a woman.
Yeah.
I would find.
But at the end,
And I think that's where, those were both ones.
Might be her.
You still have time.
Well, we're going to talk about it after this, but there's a couple of rumored appearances in this movie already. That's Johnny Cash, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of things. Obviously, Wolverine, like you said, is losing his healing factor, it seems, because there are scars now.
Right, and I know from the comic books that as he was
aging.
as he was aging and as he got older, his healing factor did slow down.
Which I love, by the way. I mean, to be honest with you, the problem one of the big problems I had with X-Men Origins Wolverine, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a very shitty story. You didn't care because he couldn't die.
Right.
Like, there was no risk to him. The interesting thing about X-Men Origins was the Sabretooth Wolverine storyline. Everything else was very second fiddle. Yeah. We wanted to see the Weapon X thing. That really didn't happen. And we got Deadpool.
Sort of.
Kind of fucking piece of shit.
Weapon 11.
Weapon, fuck you. And then I thought the Wolverine was actually pretty decent.
The Wolverine was really good. Did you see the director's cut?
Oh, no.
The director's cut was... It added a few scenes. And it made it a little bit gorier. No, I still in the Wolverine the third act kind of fell apart for me a little bit. Like after they got to the tower,
that's when it became X-Men-y.
Yeah,
that's when it became X-Men. And I 110% agree.
But overall, I thought it was a really solid movie and a lot better than like X3 or
X3 was not great though.
Origins.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot that had to do with it was, I mean, at this point, there's no reason to feel that X-Men is going to be following the comic books at all. That's not what they're about. Yeah. That's not what they're about.
Well, the movies don't need to.
I mean,
I think they can draw inspiration from the comic book stories, but they don't need to be a cookie cutter of the stories from the comic books.
I personally love what I mean, obviously, with movie exceptions, I personally would love the adaptation of the X-Men movies. I'm not so strung up on, oh no, they would never do that. By the way, that's not that mutant power. That mutant power is not accurate.
Yeah. I mean, there are certain things that I didn't agree. Like,
yeah.
Like in X3, I hated what they did with Juggernaut.
I hated what they did with fucking Jean Grey.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like, and the same thing with like. Juggernaut. But the reason why I bring that up is because Marvel is faithful. Yes. Obviously, is it ever going to be exact? No, because you're talking about comic books that have rebooted, revamped, have been reconned.
Well, not only that, but what works in a comic book doesn't necessarily work on screen in a movie.
Now,
they're two completely different mediums.
Absolutely, but I would say that if Marvel did have like the X-Men property, we would see a much more faithful adaptation.
I'm sure.
Because they, at this point, are a solidified studio,
right?
Taking the template with Iron Man, which was much more grounded in reality, and then saying, "Okay, pull out my dick," and then pretty much saying, "Like, okay, we'll bring out Thor."
But he's
like, "How you lock me down?"
At the same time, though. Because Marvel
owns, like, what the heck's going on?
Like, what about his dick?
Because Marvel owns the rights to all the characters.
What was that?
Because Marvel at that point would also own the rights to all the characters.
Yeah,
that would allow them to do a lot more. Fox is kind of at a disadvantage because they only not a big disadvantage, but they are at a slight disadvantage because there are certain characters that they can't use.
No, absolutely, but that's not the reason why they're not as faithful as they can be. The fact is, here's the other thing too. There's what we're not really mentioning is Fox made successful superhero movies before Marvel Studios even existed.
Oh, absolutely.
So their mentality going towards it was making a strong studio movie as opposed to a strong comic book movie.
Well, I mean, even Sony with the Spider-Man movies. You know, like, I wasn't a big fan of Tobey Maguire, but the first two Spider-Man movies
were solid.
Matter
of fact, Spider-Man 2 was considered at the time, which was years ago, was considered one of the best superhero movies of all time because it was very ingenious as far as... And, you know, Sam Raimi loves the whole tragedy villain.
Yeah, no, it worked really well. Like, Alfred Molina as Doc Ock was fantastic.
Was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And actually, Tobey Maguire did grow on me. I'll tell you who did not grow on me. I liked the relationship in the first one, but Kirsten Dunst as Mary Jane.
Yeah, see, I wasn't a big fan of her either.
Really for me.
I liked Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. I thought Andrew Garfield was
better. Heck yeah.
Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire.
But the movie, if they took those characters and put them in the Sam Raimi one,
perfect. Yeah, although I do think Tom Holland is also a really
he's amazing as Spider-Man.
I think he's really good.
I'm
really
surprised.
Yeah,
like he got it all. He got it all. The humor,
I'm really excited.
Have you seen Tom Holland do like parkour and his gymnastic skills? He's sick.
Really?
He is Spider-Man.
Did he train just for Spider-Man, or was he already?
He had skills. He has gotten better. He is Spider-Man. Like, there's no question. Like, in other words, like, there's a few people who are up for the role of the new Spider-Man for the event.
Who wouldn't do that, though? If you had the role of Spider-Man, wouldn't you go to, like, parkouring?
I know the kid from Ender's Game was up for the role. And he almost had
He almost had it, but I heard, like, he kind of ruined it for himself.
Yeah, he got into Reddit and he kind of fucked himself over.
Is that official? Is that the way it happened?
We're pretty sure.
Because I can't... Yeah, I mean, obviously we can't pull the curtain back too much. But to me, there is no other choice than Tom. You know what I'm saying? Like, after seeing what he did in, obviously, Civil War, and knowing how naturally athletic the kid is, like, he does.
I know.
He does mounts. He does, like, aerials, dude. Like, he's sick. Dude, look him up. He is a beast.
There was someone else.
Because we know, a little off topic, but, John Wick. The training that Keanu goes to with tactical shooting totally translates onto the film. You don't even realize it as a viewer until you've seen that. You're like, oh, no wonder it looks so freaking badass, tight, and cool.
Yeah, we're spoiled. We're spoiled with it because, like, now that we see him,
everything makes sense.
The other kid that was up for Spider-Man, Timothy Chalamet, or Chalamet, I'm not exactly sure how to say his name. He was in Interstellar. He was not Ben Affleck, his brother.
Interstellar.
What's Ben Affleck's brother's name?
Casey
Affleck. He was Casey Affleck's son.
I see.
But we had met him at the Saturn Awards last year, and he like just talking to him, he seemed like he would have been a good choice too.
Mm-hmm. But to me, after seeing Tom and his natural prowess, like there was no other choice except Tom now. And I like the kid from Ender's Game. What was his name?
Asa Butterfield.
Butterfield. Yeah. He's a damn good actor.
Yeah.
Have you seen Ender's Game? Like he's so good in that movie. But I'm glad that Tom got it. I'm happy with what Tom brings to the table. And then I'm more impressed as far as his work ethics outside of it. I mean, he opposite of Robert Downey Jr. was amazing. His inflection was amazing. You really believe his snarky comments in the suit.
Yeah, well, just his scene with the Winter Soldier. It's like, oh man, you've got a robotic arm.
That's so awesome,
dude. He blocks it. Yeah, that's so cool.
You know what my favorite line is? Sorry to get too off topic, but my favorite line of him as Spider-Man, there's a few, but one specifically is when Captain America throws his shield, cuts his webs, like, man, that thing doesn't follow the rules of physics at all.
Yeah. His whole thing.
It was so hilarious to be like, that thing doesn't respect the laws of physics at all. And you're like thinking about like, yeah, it really doesn't.
He's like, what is that?
Let's get back to Logan for a second before we move on, though.
Sure.
To me, this looks like a movie that doesn't fit with the X-Men universe, though.
It's refreshingly different.
It's supposed to take place after Days of Future Past.
Yeah. Like I'm sure it'll feel more like an X-Men film in the movie, but right now what they're showing, it feels like something completely different.
Oh, you mean tone?
Yeah, tonally, it feels like something completely different, and I like it.
I love it.
Have you seen the Red Band trailer?
Yeah.
For those who don't know, this Logan movie is rated R. It's an R-rated X-Men movie. It's an R-rated.
I mean, really, the only difference I saw in the it
was just
the Red Band was you saw the claws come out.
The claws go through the guy's head.
I don't know about you, but that's a big difference.
That is huge. You've never seen him really.
We've never seen the Beast Unleashed yet.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen that on like robots and stuff, but not to like a human.
Yeah.
And he's in his face.
Well, no, wasn't there the one guy in the Wolverine?
What?
That he like got right.
Oh yeah,
we've seen body, we've seen impalements,
and then
we've seen stabbing.
There was something else.
We've seen slicing.
Maybe it was in the director's cut. There was something else in there that I remember that was pretty graphic.
We have seen something along the lines like you'll just see like really quick, like the claws go in and out type of thing, or especially when Bryan Singer was directing, it's been very like downplayed. But the violence has never been that aggressive. Like the Wolverine was probably the most aggressive we've seen. Oh, that's not true because in was it Apocalypse? Yeah, it was Apocalypse, right? Where we saw Weapon X again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, that was the most beastie we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Remember that? When he came up with like
he broke
out of control, and he was complete Weapon X, and I love that. I actually
had the classic.
The classic Weapon
X. Well, yeah, he was wearing like the little briefs.
The diaper.
The diaper, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean that was
spaghetti bowl head.
Because that period in time was basically X-Men Origins Wolverine.
They reconned it.
Same, yeah.
They reconned it.
Which
I'm glad they did.
Because like everything after 1972 was different.
Which is a damn shame because realistically, and then we'll get back to Logan. It's a damn shame that this is going to be Hugh Jackman's last hurrah, so to speak. Because it would have been amazing to see an actual Weapon X movie.
Do you think they're going to recast Wolverine?
Eventually, I feel like eventually, but I do feel like they are setting the stage for X-23 to take on the mantle. I think it'd be really interesting if, for instance, like Draken, like his son.
Yeah. I think that'd be really cool.
To me, that's interesting because there's a lot.
He had like the mohawk, and
he had a mohawk.
And he was blue, right?
What do you mean?
Wasn't Draken blue?
His suit?
No, like
skin.
Yeah.
No. He was completely Wolverine with a mohawk, with a tattoo down his arm, and he had 3 bone claws, 2 up on his knuckles, and then 1 coming from his wrist.
Yeah.
So he had a different type of claw.
Who's the mother?
It was a Japanese woman. It wasn't Lady Deathstrike.
I don't remember.
Deathstrike, but it was another woman that he was. It was a very similar storyline without being Deathstrike.
Yeah.
So So there's a legacy to the Wolverine powers. So we have obviously Laura X-23, and then we have, is it Draken or Daken?
It might be Daken.
I want to say Daken. Let's go Daken. And he's a sick character because he uses all of his prowess.
Yeah, it's Daken.
Daken. So not only does he use all of his prowess, like he is like bisexual. Like he's not even sexual. He doesn't even identify with his sexuality. He actually uses everything. Like he seduced men. He seduced women. He will kill. Like he's a sick character. He's very multifaceted and multi-layered character.
That's interesting.
So it'd be interesting if he shows up in the movie. I know that who played Creed in Origins. He's a great actor too.
In what?
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh, that was Cotton from Scream, and
I can't think of his name.
he's on that Showtime show now too. Liev Schreiber.
Yes, Liev Schreiber, and he's rumored to be in talks to reprise his role as Creed.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't mind seeing him come back.
I liked him as
he was
Creed.
okay.
I liked him as Creed. Well, was he the traditional Sabretooth that we knew from the comic books? Not at all. I mean, he's much smaller, obviously.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Not
he was
hairy, but he could come back like super hairy.
Not only just that, I mean, obviously we know most Sabretooth renditions have him with like a long mane, or something like that. But there's a lot of reincarnations as far as the Creeds having a buzz cut as well, and why they look like brothers or related at some point. You know what I mean? So
well, wasn't his father like a senator?
Yes. Senator Creed.
Yeah,
Senator Creed. And in the main story, in the main timeline, he's
or was that his son? That was his son.
That was Sabretooth's son.
Yeah,
that was Sabretooth's son. Yes, and in the main storyline, he is anti-mutants. He's ashamed of Sabretooth.
Because he was partly responsible for the tech virus, right? Maybe
he's related to it. I forget how he was related to it, but he is related to it. He's definitely he's definitely responsible, or partly responsible for just the ban on mutant rights.
Yeah.
So him and Senator Kelly are the two names that come up, and then Senator Kelly had to change of heart. So it's just really interesting. So who is Wolverine? Who do we feel that not Wolverine, but Logan is fighting at the end? Who is he fighting with the claws? And you said they were bone claws.
Yeah, so it could be Daken.
That would be interesting. Because X-23 has 2 claws as well.
Mm-hmm. And
does she not have like a foot claw
on each toe? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, she has like
well, I think they come out like between her toes.
Yeah,
they draw in between, but they're supposed to be her toes.
Sure. And she's a cool character.
It could also be if they're going with X-23 being a Wolverine clone. It could be another clone too.
I hope it is Daken though.
I know X-23 is supposed to have adamantium claws, but it's possible in this movie she hadn't got them yet or doesn't.
Well, she's very young,
and she's just meeting Logan for the first time, and that's what that scene's from.
Sure. So we don't know if Laura is part,
because they were tiny claws too.
At the end,
I thought.
Yeah, I didn't think so. They looked
kind of like tiny, like small to me. So I was like, the first thing I thought was like, it's little girl's claws.
Okay, now if the little girl did become like the final fight, so to speak, are you gonna bring it back up or no?
Bring what back? Oh, the trailer? Yeah, I guess show that last scene.
Then we can talk about Nintendo.
Logan, what did you do?
Oh, you gotta watch the whole
Charles, the world is not the same as it was.
Yeah, I would just go ahead, maybe, if you can.
Mutants.
Right here, and you could. I will let you down. I will make you hurt.
I totally thought that was different.
I will keep
her fight.
Oh, she does fight. So whoever he's fighting has 2 claws, but those are big claws. Those are big.
Yeah.
That might be Daken.
Dude, yeah. Cause
wait.
They're like this.
No,
Yeah.
that's
like
two,
you said, Daken.
But no, that's 2 claws though. That's not 3.
Yeah, but Daken has 2 claws coming from the top and one from underneath.
Well, I see a total of 4 at least.
Not to mention,
No, that's what I'm saying. There's 2 hands there.
Yeah.
So that's 4 claws total. So that's 2 in each hand. So that might be the girl.
That might be.
But here's the thing about Daken. At one point, Daken does get his 3rd claw removed, and he only has 2 claws.
And Wolverine has a lot of kids though.
Yeah, but he's the only one that
Yeah.
Look at Daken. Daken only has 2 claws. He actually chooses to use 2 claws.
Who's this person back here?
I will keep myself.
Jumping around. Screaming there.
That was Xavier, I think. I think that's a grown person.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think that's a grown person.
I mean, I would say it would have to be to get Wolverine on the ground like that, but
we do see footage of X-23 fighting.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, there is X-23 fighting back here somewhere.
And she's a small girl.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Who do you think that is playing Logan? Wolverine at the end? Do you think it's the girl, or do you think it's someone else? I'm going to say I think it's the girl.
Look at her go.
I think we're good.
In the neck. Okay, yeah.
I think we're good now.
Anyways.
So, do we... I mean, this movie doesn't come out for a while. It comes out in, what, March?
That's not that long.
So it's 6 months.
That's not that long.
Do we want to make a wager?
Why not? I'm going to say it's
Let's
Dakin.
do it.
I'm going to say it's Dakin. I'm going to say it's not the girl. It's going to be someone else.
I'm going to say it's X-23.
I'm saying it's X-23 as well.
I'm going to go off tangent. I mean, to me, that's the obvious one. And if I'm wrong, totally fine. Now, it is possible we can go... let's say that Sabretooth is back. We could go Ultimate Sabretooth. Ultimate Sabretooth did have bone claws. Or he did have claws. Not bone claws, but he did have claws. I'm thinking outside the box now.
The Last of Us game.
I'm not sure. Okay.
People did make that comparison. There were a lot of scenes that paralleled The Last of Us.
Yeah. I saw the side by side.
Okay, so let's come up with the terms for this wager. So Brian and I are going with X-23. DJ is going with someone else. Are you saying someone else completely, or do you want to go with Dakin?
Well,
either one is fine.
I feel like it'd be more fair for me to say someone else because I don't know who else is in the movie.
Okay,
that's true.
So, if
someone else / Dakin,
sure,
I would accept.
Dakin would be part of someone else.
Yeah, that is very true. So if DJ wins, what is our recompense for that?
Oh, you guys are hiring strippers for sure.
Okay. I'll make a couple of calls.
Oh, I gotta be very specific about the types of strippers. Moving on.
If
we
win.
Oh, that was it. I was totally kidding, but go for it. All right, I guess I'm gonna get some strippers.
Midget strippers?
No, absolutely not. I get to
wait. Let's make this super easy. If DJ wins, we have to make him some kind of food, some kind of a meal.
Okay.
And if we win, then you have to make something for us.
And then we'll eat it.
Then we'll eat it
in front of you guys.
So either way, it's win-win.
right on target. It progressed beautifully. Right, okay, and then we'll eat it.
Whatever happens.
I love the eureka of his idea. Like, okay, so you make us food. Oh, wait, and then we'll make you food. And then wait. Hear me out. Then we eat that food.
Well, I was thinking like on stream.
Even better. Oh, so much better.
I was gonna say we just throw it out in front of you, but that's fine. We can eat it too.
Oh, okay, this on Nintendo.
All right, the last thing tonight is Nintendo.
Nintendo Switch.
We've been hearing about the new Nintendo console, codenamed NX. They've been calling it NX since like forever ago.
Why they call it that?
I mean, they called the N64 the Dolphin before we found out what it was.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
They had codenames, like the next Xbox.
It was
codenamed
Scorpio.
Well,
the next one, the next one is
Scorpio until we know what the real name is for Xbox 2.0.
It's called the Xbox DJ.
So, if you guys have been living under a rock, you've probably heard that Nintendo has finally announced their new console called Nintendo Switch.
Never heard of it.
Let's check out the teaser trailer.
Never heard of it.
There's a game on the TV. Looks like a horse.
Zelda.
Breath of the Wild.
It is confirmed that this game will be out.
I mean, that does look pretty.
It's different too. It's very free roam. Not to say Zelda isn't, but
Yeah, it is.
it's larger.
The thing is, third-party publishers, they've all been quiet about what games will be on there. No one's really confirmed anything.
So no Zelda.
Only the images, even the images, we see that we'll see Skyrim come out, that wasn't even 100% confirmed.
Yeah, but you have to assume.
Yeah, we can all assume that.
Anything that's in this commercial film.
Probably.
But in the past, that hasn't been true.
Not 100% for the most part.
Show a little bit of NBA.
Oh, that was so good.
Just in time for HDB
How do you feel about the music?
They're definitely trying to make it more hip and older. Along with how there's no children in this entire trailer.
Yeah, it's
All
definitely.
youngins.
It's being marketed to people who have wallets.
All hipsters.
People who have wallets.
Which people are speculating that this will be a more expensive console than ever for Nintendo because these will be very competitively priced.
Now, do you feel like the graphics would suffer from each translation from like a handheld to a screen? Do you think anything's going to be sacrificed?
I think
So
I think the when you plug it in at home, not only is it gonna have more battery power than just plug it. Oh, cherries! Thank you. Thank you for the.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, thanks, cherries. Sorry.
When you plug it in, it'll definitely have more
You know why I asked? Because to me, it's almost like, for instance, like when you're on top or on tablet, and then you push screen into your TV. Yeah. Some of it might be stretched, but yeah. Do you feel like maybe this may be something? Or something?
I really don't know. They're really trying to make this an all-in-one system at home and home. So ideally,
So it's a console.
you're supposed to be able to play everything you can play at home and as well. But that's why this reveal has just brought more questions and answers than anything. Everyone's just like, all right, is it going to be touchscreen or not? All right, what about the battery life when you walk around?
I will say this: out of everything that's ever, I mean, again, I'm a casual gamer. I like my games. I play video games. I love games. This is the first console I've seen in a long time where I'm like, I need to get that. Mm-hmm. I need to get that. That does seem like a cool system.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick it up. It comes out next year in March. What about you, Josh?
I don't know. It's not really for me. I don't think. I enjoyed the Nintendo 64. I enjoyed some stuff on the GameCube, but I feel like I like playing the party games on the Nintendo because for me that's kind of what it's good for.
Like Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, Mario Party. The Xbox One doesn't really have good multiplayer, just fun multiplayer games. Mm-hmm. I feel like the PS4, they've got what was it, PlayStation All Stars, but that was really about it. Mm-hmm. But Nintendo has made its name in family friendly and party games,
and their original IPs. They confirmed that there'll be 3 Nintendo IPs that'll be coming out for the Switch. What were they going to be? I mean, we know they're having a version of the Zelda game. That might not count on it. They did show a new
Basketball.
3D Mario game.
They show a basketball game.
And a basketball NBA. So, in terms of Nintendo's original IPs, there's going to be a new Mario game for it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There might be 2 others that we don't know yet, if it's not Zelda. Which could be exciting, because they could be bringing back, a new F-Zero game, a new Punch-Out, a better Star Fox reboot.
I would love a Punch-Out game.
They've got a lot of good original titles that we all love.
Yeah, I'm more excited to see. I think the original IPs that they come up with.
Yeah, me too. That's the only reason I would get it is for the new Zelda game. The reason I don't have a current gen console is my PC that can play everything you can play on consoles anyways. But a Nintendo is actually different enough from having my PC rig to. For me, it's
I just
worth
feel
getting to.
I feel like Nintendo is a lot of it's a lot of the same. Obviously you know what you're getting when you get a Nintendo console. I just kind of want to see something different.
Monster Hunter for Cherry says I hope they make Monster Hunter for the console. That would be cool. That would be fun. I've played Monster Hunter. So yeah. Any other final thoughts on the Nintendo Switch, guys?
I think the graphics look amazing. I'm wondering if any of it's going to be lost in translation from it being pushed to home console to handheld. Obviously, it's going to look beautiful handheld because everything's going to be condensed. Yeah. But I'm wondering how good the quality looks as a. I mean, you have to assume. Yeah. When you plug it back to the console mode and with the Switch bookends, I guess you would call them the sleeves, that the graphics does enhance for full TV.
But see, that's the thing. Like, do we know what, like, if the dock also functions as like a like a new GPU?
We don't know.
Or if everything is just in that tablet and just plugging into the dock just outputs it to the television.
It's just extra.
That's my question.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's exciting. I'll tell you what.
Irina, it's live.
Hi.
I see you.
Hey.
Now.
The commercial did its job to where my interest is there though.
Yeah,
now,
me too.
Am I gonna like get rid of my rent money for it? No, but it does look really. It's a cool thing.
It's definitely on my radar.
It's on my radar.
I can't wait to hear more about it. Like, it's just
all
we have is questions from it. Like,
I mean, I'm sure we'll be seeing more, and maybe I'll change my mind. But I like it's again, other than like the random party games that I might have fun playing at a party. Yeah, it's not the kind of thing that I would play on a regular daily basis.
Big interesting thing is what kind of backwards compatibility are you gonna have.
Oh, sure.
Because they've been toying with that idea, since the Wii, and then they've been kind of like having a little bit of backwards compatibility, downloading it, and then, but with this, the Wii U has a touchscreen.
So what type
controller.
What type of games would you be thinking of?
Like their first party, like original IP games that I may have missed, like the last Zelda game,
Wind Waker.
Yeah. I missed that one. Things like that.
Yeah.
Like their own like exclusive stuff.
Is that Bigenso?
Yes, it is Bigenso.
Is that him? It's him. Oh God, I touched Bigenso.
Yeah, we're in my house.
Yay! Bigenso's so
Mr. Cool
cute.
Socks is like, I got robots today.
I got white.
Yeah, I'm black.
Holy shit, that worked out so great. We got options.
We got it all.
I got black. What's wrong with black, fucker?
I mean, there's red stripe on the top.
That's fine.
Did you have to take away from the black by adding? But there is white in there. It's not pure black.
Uncomfortable.
Red, not black, red.
Fuck off. We're done here. It's dead. Stop. He's already dead.
So
I think that's it, right?
Yeah. I mean, like I was saying with backwards compatibility, why it would be why it's a question is the Wii U uses a controller with the touchscreen, which oftentimes coincides with the TV. So you need two monitors.
Sure.
So it's two screens.
It's a second screen.
But the Switch doesn't appear to have that yet. Like if you were going portable mode, you couldn't play a Wii U game that requires dual screen, or can you? Or how are they going to do that? Is it going to be add-ons? Like this is
right? Yeah. How are they going to
do that? Like, and if they're trying to replace the portable gaming unit, all those millions of 3DS players with their dual screen games,
right?
That doesn't even work on there either.
Yeah, that's why I'm like.
So it's like, what's going on? It could be an attachment you add on there, like the 3DS top screen.
Oops, fumble.
Click it on.
So here's my question. We've got the Nintendo Switch that's coming out. We've got the Xbox Project Scorpio, whatever that's going to be called, and the PlayStation 4K or Neo
Pro.
PlayStation. Wait, it's called the PlayStation Pro.
I thought it was.
Yeah. You're right.
So it's a completely different console.
No, it's just like basically an upgraded version.
Like they're both making like a 4K VR.
So the Xbox Slim, the Xbox One Slim enabled 4K video
capability,
but not 4K gameplay. The Scorpio is going to enable because of the hardware that's required for the gameplay. So the Scorpio is going to enable 4K gameplay and VR, and it's boosted specs.
Now, do we feel like 4K is a common household TV now?
No,
it's getting there.
Yeah, but
I feel like anyone who's buying a new TV now is probably getting a 4K TV.
Because I feel like Vizio was. Who's that? Wait, what?
Oh, Rena! Thank you for the
Rena.
star.
Thank you, Rena.
Thank you.
I didn't know what you were doing. I'm like, I'm a teapot.
Short and stout.
Where's my handle? Reina,
No.
no.
Thank
Hey,
you.
stop that. No,
That-
seriously. Like, I'm gonna set up for that. No, Reina, stop it.
Don't.
Thank you
don't
for
even
anything.
worry about that,
So
yeah.
appreciate that.
Just being here and enjoying.
Honestly, you
stream
being
with us?
exactly-
Yeah, we
appreciate
appreciate
it.
having you here in the audience.
Like, oh man, it makes me sad. Like, dude, the fact you even said I'm sorry. No,
Yeah.
seriously, thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
like,
thank you, Cutie Pie, Cherries, Joe the Man, everyone else is hanging out in here. Take it there, he's still here.
Painted lady.
Painted Lady, yeah. I know there's a zombie event going on right now. If you're watching a stream, they may pop up randomly. You click on it, and you can exchange them for prizes.
What prizes?
Like,
tell us, Johnny. What can they get?
You can get one. One person will get a Yeti microphone. 3 will get a Logitech webcam. Everyone else will get stars, and and there's Amazon gift cards.
You
$20
put that after stars. Oh, and Amazon gift cards. If you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah,
if you're into that type of
You
stuff.
can win as many times as you want. You'll just end up, if all the prizes are gone, you'll just get stars for days.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
I'm
Stars
excited.
for days.
And then give them to me.
Stars
Wow.
as far as the eye can see.
I should not I should not look online for stuff because I just see food and want to eat.
Well,
So I think that
We should wrap that up.
Yeah, that wraps
Yeah.
up our conversation for tonight. I found out a lot about The Walking Dead. That I didn't realize I'd missed in the last 8 episodes that I haven't seen.
That you didn't really care to find out.
Yeah.
what else? Upcoming.
Yeah, what's coming up next? This weekend we're gonna be at Stan Lee's LA Comic Con.
Kamikaze.
Kamikaze.
It's kamikaze.
Yeah, it used to be called Kamikaze. Now they're just calling it LA Comic Con.
I like LA Comic Con, but some purists out there have to put
No, it's Stan Lee's LA Comic-Con.
Not even LA Comic Con. It's Stan Lee's Los Angeles Comic Con.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck all of you. I'm sorry, not you guys, but
I'm still just gonna call it Kamikaze.
it's kamikaze. It's easy. It's simple.
It's-
Stan Lee.
It's short.
The Stan Lee thing.
Yeah.
Stop calling Stan Lee Con. Shit.
So yeah, if you guys are at the
I'm sure I
Comic
stole it
Con,
from someone else, so that's okay.
there will be a hashtag booth. There you'll see all of us running around. So
Yes,
say hi if you see us.
we are going to have a booth
I
for
going?
that hashtag show. We were going to be selling Doctor Strange, Stranger Things mashup shirts. If you want to see what they look like, check out the last news feed on
Okay, fuck off.
that hashtag show. Joe's
It's
wearing
one
it.
of those, like, if you want it,
You can also see Benedict Wong, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Scott Derrickson from Doctor Strange sporting our shirts as well.
Yeah.
'Cause they
Are we all going?
There's also
most of us are. I think you're going.
There's always after parties. One of the official ones is Friday night, as you can see labeled up here, Club Comic Con. If you just look at the
What are you
Stanley's LA Kamikaze, on the overlay.
Oh,
He's like, what are you looking at?
my dumb ass is like, what the fuck you looking at?
If you just find LA's Stanley's Comic Con on Facebook, you can look for their official event, and it's called Club Comic Con.
How do you do those movies?
It's
Some of us should be there.
Yeah, it's hosted by Bernie Bregman, who you guys might know for his Dark Helmet cosplay or his Mugatu from Zoolander.
Isn't it good Flash?
He's on Flash. Recently, he's been doing Doctor Strange.
There's also else something very important on that day. DJ's birthday.
Oh shit.
Oh shit!
For a second, he's like, "Wait, did you remember?"
I know. I actually, it got quiet. I was like, "What's he looking at me for?"
What are you looking at? I'm Facebook.
What you talking about, Wills?
Yeah, it's gonna be DJ's birthday this Friday. So,
Thank you very much, Cherries. Thank you, Rena. You guys are awesome.
do you know? Are you gonna be going to the?
I'm not doing
the thing,
shit with
or-
you guys. I'm gonna be absent that day. I'm taking the day off.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to show up on Saturday to do the Ranger review with Joe.
That's what I'd like you to think.
So you can't be too hungover.
You sure? Okay.
You be a little hungover.
Yeah. Whatever you say, bud.
Maybe a little bit of cocaine. You'll be fine.
Nah, say no to drugs, kids. No, say no to drugs. Don't be Captain
Drugs are
America.
bad.
Don't be Captain America. Don't do enhancements. Okay?
Drugs are bad.
HGH is good. I don't know what he's talking about.
He is Josh.
HGH, so random. Steroiders? Isn't that
GHB?
steroid? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where can we find? You can't find me, so where can we find you guys?
So yeah, you can find me, Bigenso. You can find me here on Africa TV and all my social media is that pretty much.
You can find me curled up in my bedroom editing shit for that hashtag show. Or you can find me online on Twitter at The Goldman.
You can find DJ also on Instagram as DJ Rivers.
D.J.
Or just look for pictures of me and him together. And
We're at Foxfire in North Hollywood.
Yeah, and I have him tagged.
I don't think you know that story yet, dude. I'm gonna fucking tell you later. It's so stupid.
I'm gonna find out about that.
No, it's not that. It's not that interesting, but it's great.
I'm sorry. You can find him at the Wolf and Crane.
You can find me at the Wolf and Crane, not the Foxfire. But that's a story for another day. You can find me in Brian's pictures. What's hilarious is if you go to my Instagram, there is nothing there.
It's empty.
But if you check the tag photos, you will find stuff, I guess. I got tired of these assholes saying, "Yo, I'm going to tag you." You can't. Why not, man? Instagram. And I get this whole pitch as far as why I need to get on Instagram. So I've avoided that conversation now. It's just like, dude, I have one. Yes, you can tag me. You have nothing on it. You can tag me.
You got what you wanted.
We're good.
Good enough.
We're done here. Anyways, I'm DJ.
This is Brian.
I'm Josh.
Bigenso.
Hashtag Josh for Dictator.
Josh.
Hashtag DJ at Wolf and Crane.
So yeah, let us know what you thought about the show today. What you would like us to talk about. Anything coming up you're excited about?
Leave
you
some
want to know our
comments.
opinion. Yeah.
Any kind of geek shit that you see popping up over the course of next week, hit us up in the comments. Say, hey, can you guys tell us a little bit more about this? And we'll talk about it on the next week's episode.
If you're not sure if we like it or not, you can still ask us and we'll tell you.
I'm sure on Monday we'll be talking about
Barbies are
Kamikaze / LA Comic Con. And any other geek news that came up. And then 2 weeks we'll be talking about Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
So amazing.
So I know we talked about doing a Doctor Strange giveaway. We'll talk more about it next week.
I'll grab the thing. Yeah, last 2 weeks ago, we saw a 15-minute preview of Doctor Strange, and we got this
exclusive
really cool,
poster.
exclusive Doctor Strange poster. So we'll be giving that away in 2 weeks after Doctor Strange is there, or gone live, or released, whatever you call it when something gets out of the movies.
So yeah, we're gonna wait till y'all seen it. And then if you actually like it, then you might actually want it, and then we'll give it to you.
I love how his voice just goes straight Mississippi all the time. Like, and then you go watch it, and then you gonna get the prize.
Get her done.
You're gonna get the moonshine, and we're going over the river and the river and the creek.
I do it all the time. I'm like realizing it now more and more.
Oh, you are definitely half American.
Say bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye. You can't see.
Have a good night. Thank you for the stars.
I did some Sailor Moon shit right now.
He's the one they call Sailor Moon.
Whoa, you